Yeah. What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see us? We in here. You dig? Shout out to the Big Blue Nation. Everybody that's been rocking with them Giants, stand loyal. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Somebody tell them we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got them flinching. Joe, show them the way, handle your business. They don't wanna see this weight that we binging. When it comes to the swag, this here's Big Blue. You don't wanna see that cold season. Somebody tell them Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. It's only right that I hit you with this napalm. That Deuce 6 got me feeling like I'm Saquon Barkley. I ain't talking Mr. Sir Charles. That cut back hit the hole when I'm running hard. You see the squad, we back, we in the POs. I'm at the game, so please don't call my PO. That pretty boy Gillette cut, you see my facial. That locker room, I'm dancing like Brian Dable. This the 8 around here, we call them Danny Dimes. If you ain't seeing what I'm seeing, then you Stevie Blind. This what happens on the field with an O-line. That pullback read option, now it's go time. That underdog, Big Blue, tell them we don't bend. Like Adrian told Rocky to just win. I know the haters for real, so they won't choose. We already won this season, so we can't lose. Somebody tell them we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got them flinching. Joe, show them the way, handle your business. They don't wanna see this weight that we binging. When it comes to the swag, this here's Big Blue. You don't wanna see that cold season. Somebody tell them Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. National Blue Day, Giant get every Friday. Tell Ice Cube we need another Friday. That's the love around here, we all G-men. Just had to make moves, get rid of Dave, get him in. That front D when it blitz, it'll stain ya. Call Chris, the entertainer. I say we back for long years, a bull run. You know my name, J Boogie, this a blue one. Somebody tell them we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got them flinching. Joe, show them the way, handle your business. They don't wanna see this weight that we binging. When it comes to the swag, this here's Big Blue. You don't wanna see that cold season. Somebody tell them Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. Shout out to the office, shout out to the coaching staff, shout out to the players, shout out to the fan base, everybody rocking with this Big Blue. You know what time it is? Next up is the division, after that it's the conference, after that it's the Super Bowl. If you don't like what we doing, blow the soup off your own Super Bowl.
Let's go, G-Men, let's go. Today is the day, folks. Today is the day. All right. It is NFL playoff time. We got the New York Giants versus the Philadelphia Eagles. This ain't going to be an easy one, folks, but hey, I've been waiting for this. So listen, let bring them on. Shalom. Come on, man. I know people ain't big on Bill Cosby and stuff that has happened, but you know, the show was a good show. It was a wholesome show. It had good values. What he did in his personal thing, that's him. You know, I don't know about that. All I know is he helped me get through my childhood. And that episode where he had the dance off with the old man, Shalom. You know what I mean? Come on now. That's a classic. Come on. That's the dude from the Apollo, right? I think so. It's the Sandman. I think it is. Yeah. Shalom. Okay, all right, I'm done. It's over. Okay. Lost it a little bit, man. Yeah. Anyway, man, I'm hyped for today. I'm tired as hell. Haven't slept. Just got home. It's been a long night. Yeah. But hopefully everything's good. So anyway, but I thank you guys for tuning in. As always, I appreciate y'all. Salute to y'all. Happy Saturday. I got my cup of Joe or Joanne, however you want. And today is definitely one of these days. I drink coffee for your protection. Facts. Today is that day. I'm not feeling it. Anyway, and the Knicks lost. And they lost in embarrassing fashion. I am not feeling it. Not at all. Not at all, folks. Sorry. I hope everybody's doing good out there. I appreciate y'all. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Lion of Judah in the building. Salute. Shabbat Shalom, brothers Ron and John. Grand Rising to all. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. Before I continue, first off, shout out to Jay Boogie for doing another fire track and ode to the New York Giants. And you know, no better way to kick today's stuff off than to play Jay Boogie's joint. Get us hype, man. Let's go G-Men, man. I don't care if you don't like football. If you a New Yorker and you rock with New York, root for them Giants, man. We need it. We need it. We need it because Eagles ain't no joke. I hate the Eagles so much. You don't even know, but I can't front on the team. The team is good, man. So it is what it is. All right. Shout out to Angel Torres. Salute to you. Appreciate you, my brother. Andy and International Andy is in the building. What's going on? What's up, Andy? Good to see you as always. Delano Steele Jr. is here, folks. DSJ is here. What's good? Stream Elements is in the building. What up, Stream Elements? I don't know what that is. I mean, like, I don't know. That's how they will respond back to me, I guess, because I don't know who Stream Elements is, but whatever. I rock with you. You rock with us. JJ is in the building. Salute to you. Appreciate you, my brother, as always. Iman 3474 in the building. Salute. Cormega is here. What's good? My guy D's World of Hoops is in the building. What up, D? What up, though? Hope everything's going good for you, my brother. And shout out to you and all the success and ever rising show that you have put forth with D's World of Hoops on YouTube. It's been doing great, guys. If you haven't already checked it out, please like, comment, subscribe, show your love for D. He's giving you a little different take on a lot of stuff that's going on. There's a lot of Knick content out there, and we all try to be as relevant and poignant as possible, but you also want to have your own individual elements that kind of stand out from the rest. And D does a great job of breaking down games, game video analysis, opinions, and just format is different from a lot of shows. So shout out to him. And you know, the thing I can say that he puts a lot of time and effort into that stuff, because some of his ideas I've had as well, and I'm like, I can't do it right now. Can't do it right now. So more power to you, D. I appreciate you, my brother. One day, man, one day. Listen, and I'll tell you right now, if I hit the lotto, I'm still gonna do Still Knick Fans, and I'm gonna put money into this puppy. You see it. It'll be on 42nd Street, billboard, Still Knick Fans. Oh, sorry. I was there. You know, my mind left. You know what I mean? Okay, anyway. What's good, brother? Appreciate you. Wonder Woman is in the building. Salute. Always, always appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, Wonder Woman. Almighty Finesse is here. What's good, he says. What's good to you, brother? How are you? Let's see. Okay, I think I got everybody who is in the chat, but shout out to everybody who may be watching and not in the chat. Salute to y'all as well. You know, where do we go? Well, first off, let me put this in the joint. You know, if anybody wants to jump in, by all means, you are welcome to. I appreciate you guys. Let's chop it up for as long as I can chop it up, because I will be crashing. I'm trying. So where do we start, man? Where do we start? Shaw Powers is in the building. Salute to you, Shaw Powers. Appreciate you, my brother. Good to see you as always. The Smoking Nick is in the building. What up? Good to see you. Appreciate you. Well, first off, my own opinion. I'm not necessarily, and shout out to A-Train is in the building. Salute, A-Train. Appreciate you. He says, salute to all. If I win a lot, I'm buying the refs because somebody else got them in the... Yo, it's crazy, dude. I don't know what the Knicks did. I don't know what they've done, bro, but they pissed off the league because, They don't get the calls. But you know what? At some point, you got to say to yourself, as a team that's in the NBA, unless you're going to walk off the court and forfeit the game, you got to play, right? And if you got to play, you better figure out how to play without the refs. Okay, the refs going to give us bad calls. How do we win without these refs? Because they're going to screw us. They got to figure it out, man. They got to figure it out. Yeah, because it's bad. And the Knicks got complainers on this team. Hartenstein is a complainer. Randle's a complainer. I don't say Brunson's a complainer, but sometimes he shows, he could be a little, in the ref's face, but it's not to the same level of Hartenstein and Randle, of course. And Tibbs is a huge complainer. So I don't know. Maybe it's rubbed the league the wrong way. I don't know what the hell's going on with these refs. And then I feel like in these games, I see a lot of new refs. Now, it could be the whole league, but I feel like these new refs they ref the Knicks games a lot. So, I don't know. Excuse me. Shout out to Keith Turner. Salute. Appreciate you, my brother. Good to see you as always. Dunras Galman is in the building. What's going on? Appreciate you. Salute to you, my brother. He said, yeah, I hate those NBA refs a lot. Yeah, man, they really sticking it to the Knicks, but the Knicks got to figure out a way. I'm telling you, if you don't figure out a way to win without these refs, you're going to lose these games. That's just how it is, because the refs is going to keep doing what they're doing. You can't stop the refs. The refs is the mob, yo. You can't stop the refs. Paris Duggar is in the building. Salute to you. He said Tibbs not making adjustments makes the games unwinnable. You ain't lying, bro. You ain't lying. I've been saying that. That's one of those Tibbs hallmarks. That's a staple for Tibbs, not making adjustments. When he does make adjustments, we give him a lot of credit, but we're also not used to seeing too much of it. He doesn't do it on the regular, I would say, in my opinion. And, I think he's a good coach. He understands defensive principles. He sets forth some strategies and some plans that look good and work. He's not innovative. He's not exploratory. And he's definitely not revolutionary. He's not doing anything that's breaking the wheel, like reinventing the wheel or something. You know what I mean? Like, but for what he knows, he's good at that. The problem is the adjustments. When a team knows what you're doing and they come at you with a different approach, you gotta switch it up. And sometimes I know it's tough because your personnel may not be the right fit to switch it up, but you're gonna have to figure out a way, or you're just gonna lose the game. And yeah, last night was and I was in the hospital watching it, and I was not, like, I was already in a mood, and then I gotta watch that. I was not happy because I thought, I had a feeling that they were going to come out pretty good, and for the most part they did, but then it got crazy, and then I was like, okay, but even though we're here, we can still win this game. And then Atlanta took a lead, then the Knicks got close, and then Atlanta went crazy. I'm like, come on, guys, what are we doing here? And I didn't like the defensive effort. Whatever, we'll get into it. Let's see. Dunross Gallman. I realize that Tibbs complains. Everybody in the Knicks complain. Yeah. Facts. JJ said we let the Hawks run some play with Murray all game. Oh, silly drop coverage. No, that drop coverage is a killer, man. It's a killer if you don't do it right and you don't have the defensive stalwart that you're basing it on, because that's the whole thing. Tibbs's drop coverage is basically based on having the center, or if you have a power forward who's good at playing defense in the paint, it's basically based on one of them securing the paint, because that drop coverage allows these guys to take those open threes or long threes, whatever it is, right? And gives them that room to shoot the jumper rather than drive in. But when you make the adjustment to play up on these guys, or you're playing man defense or whatever it is that you're trying to do, and you don't have the guy guarding the lane, and then you got Hartenstein there who is his own version of Ole, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. And then even Hartenstein got a bad call. That's how bad these Knicks are when it comes to the refs. Hartenstein got a phantom call. This dude did not foul. Was it Okogie? What the hell? That's not his name. I forgot his name, but I think it was the backup center. It wasn't the other dude. Yeah, he didn't foul that guy. I don't care. Whatever his name is, he didn't foul him at all. He backed up. And you mean to tell me after they reviewed it, they still called it a foul? Oh, that's how you know the fix is in, folks. That was horrible. I was like, sometimes I'm like, the Knicks whine for no reason and they can't get all the calls. But that call, they should have got. Ron Sarmiento is in the building. What's good, Ron Sarmiento? Appreciate you. Always good to see you. Onyeka Okongu. That's how my Nigerian homeboy would say it. And then, he'd probably say it a little better than me. But yeah, that's right. Okongu. Yeah, he did not foul that dude. Oh, wait. Was it him? No. DSJ said it was DeAndre Hunter. Was it? Maybe it was. I knew it was a big. DeAndre's like 6'9". Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah, anyway. Brunson, JJ said Brunson and RJ can't stop anybody. Even Grimes has been getting cooked lately. With no Mitch, these guys are going to get more exposed. There's some truth there. I don't know what they're going to do. That's a question for the show. What are the Knicks going to do without Mitch? Especially Thibodeau and how his defense is. He depends on Mitch a lot to cover up for these Knick lapses on defense and their mistakes on the perimeter, guys cutting to the basket. Mitch is the cleanup guy. Cleanup on aisle 5. We got nobody to clean up now. Sims still trying to find his way, and sometimes he's a little slow to get to the spot. But I think he'll get there. But he needs reps. But Hartenstein, Olay, man, Matador. I don't know what to say. I don't know. And then the effort by Jude. Okay, whatever. We're gonna get into it, man. I'm just so nauseating. Shout out to Walter Blackman. Appreciate you. He says, good afternoon, Ron. I'm just getting in the house. Appreciate that, man. I'm glad you tuned in as soon as you got in. I thank you. Thank you for that, bro. Clutch BBall TV. My guy Noah is in the building. What's good? He said, just stopping by real quick. Rough game last night, but most importantly, let's go Giants. Facts, Noah. We got to win this one and shock the world. I mean, listen, the Giants don't have a team to really go that far, but if they could beat the Eagles, oh, man, that's like a Super Bowl for me because the Eagles are a really good team. Shout out to Worldwide L. What's good, L? Shout out to you. Shout out to Hard Will. Guys, definitely, as I always like to say, check out For the Love of the Game if you haven't already, man. Great content, good show. They got the sponsorship. They got the shorts. They're giving you little snippets of things, little game breakdowns. They're doing that thing too, man. Shout out to them. That's right. Number 4, OUR, Love of the Game on YouTube. Check them out. And I just mentioned him because I haven't seen him in a bit. And I'm glad to see him back. Shout out to my guy Noah too. Definitely check his show out, Clutch BBall TV on YouTube. You know what I mean? He gives it to you in short takes, maybe 10 minutes or less if he can. And sometimes, shout out to you, Noah, because Noah did a piece one time, and I'm forgetting because it was a while ago that he did it. He did a really intricate piece on YouTube. And I'm trying to remember what it was on now. I can't remember. I'm sorry. It left a lasting impression, but it's been like a year since I saw it, Noah. So don't be mad at me. But he put his time and effort. He really did a really good breakdown in this video. It was like 20 plus minutes long. And he really needs to get love for that type of stuff because he does a really good job at that. Shout out to you, bro. Okay. Let me get my guy D in here.
Yo.
Oh, there he is. Hey.
What's up, guy?
Wait a minute.
I know.
You look the same, though.
Hasn't been that long, geez. How's everything, bro? How's life? How's all that?
Yeah, not too bad, but hanging in there. There's some stuff, everybody kind of knows. It's the same stuff, dealing with the, family, the wife and health.
Of course.
But we're trying to get through it, man. Hopefully they're doing some stuff with her right now, and I'll be going back there after I get some sleep. But yeah, thank you for asking, bro.
Yeah, and we'll make sure everybody in the chat too give their prayers and blessings to Ron and his family and stuff. I hope his wife is speedy recovery as well. So
thank you, bro. Thank you for that. And shout out to my guy Gideon Amankwa. G Money's in the building. Salute to you, my brother.
What's up, G?
You know what? I know you got a lot to say about what took place yesterday. Let me do this. Let me hit the intro real quick one time for the one time, and let's get into what we thought we saw or what it looked like, because I don't know, man. I'm already feeling down, and you guys making me sicker. Come on, Knicks. Oh boy, we'll be right back. One day I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna be like, we'll be right back after this, and after we pay these bills. But right now we still can't do that. But one day, gotta get some sponsorship going. But anyway, that's another story.
Let's go,
brother. First off, the Knicks gave up 139 points. Now, I mean, in fairness, they did score 124. Kudos to them. Nobody said they can't score. But, geez, bro, 139. And shout out to, was it JJ? Yeah, shout out to JJ, who said the Knicks kept letting DeJounte Murray do that same move in the paint over. I mean, what? The dude can't shoot from the. This is why I don't like this systematic defense that's so limited. You got guys who have limitations, and you don't try to expose that. We know that DeJounte Murray is a beast in the paint. Keep him out of the paint. Show him a different look. Put a bigger body on him. Give him a double team. Get the ball out of his hands. I don't care. Leave him on the perimeter. Make the guys shoot threes. Whatever. I don't know. This is all fundamental to me, D. I don't know why they don't do it, but whatever.
I want you to continue. I want you to get it all off your chest and call it what it is.
I just don't get it, bro. Like, we've seen this Knicks team for how long already? We've seen them have a whole season of squandering huge leads that they became the butt of jokes around the NBA and all these, in these news circles on these shows. It's like, when does a coach like Tom Thibodeau say enough is enough? You know what I mean? I got to do something different, or I got to change up something. Let me give you guys a fourth quarter look. I don't know what it is. Experiment. Show me something that says, like, look, I know some of these guys be dogging it out there on defense. If you're going to dog it, let me pull you right out the damn game. I'm not going to I don't care if you score 20 points. I got to pull you out because I'm trying to win the game and you're dogging it. Do something, man. Do something. I need to see something. I wish I understood what it is. And the other thing is, it's Atlanta. You know we hate Atlanta. You can't have Atlanta do this to us out of all teams after what happened in the playoffs, after losing 4-1 to them. You can't. Like, this is just not good. Where's the pride where's the pride for the Knicks players, one? And then Thibodeau, like, come on, they got weapons, you know what they like to do, and you know what their limitations are. You know who are the shooters, you know who are not the shooters. Like, let Griffin beat me. Don't make DeJounte or these other guys, like, who can beat you. I don't know. Whatever you got to do, figure out ways to be a little creative. Like, you are a defensive guru. Where is the guru? What the hell? All right. I could go on and on. I don't want to just rant, but yeah, no, I know.
You're making them know the ledge. I'm saying so. You got
this is my moment. And this is where D talks me off the ledge. Even he may agree with me, but this is where he can break it down and make me kind of like, okay, all right, yeah, you're right, but oh yeah, I know. I need that. D. Okay. So, I don't know, bro.
Look, listen. I can go on a mighty rant right now, right? But What I will do instead is that do it in small digestible nuggets, right?
Okay.
So I'll show you an example, right? Parish Duggar, shout out to Parish Optimistic Duggar, says, you have to put length on Murray and you stop him. I don't know about stop him. It was so stupid to put Grimes on Trey instead of IQ. Cam was made to guard Murray. Cam was made to guard Murray is what I'm focused on. Let me ask you a question, Ron. We work, right? If somebody on the team has selfish, prideful motives, does it hurt the team?
Always. Always.
Well, this thing with Cam, he's on the bench. You may not like the guy. You may not want to play him. But one of the things that is wrong with this team, it is not just a single thing. It's throughout. It's like a pride before the fall type of thing. I'm not playing Cam. Action! Right? But, you know, it's those type of things where I think Cam would have gotten lit up too. But your probability looks better, and being able to contain that with a 6'7", 6'8" guy that has a 7+ wingspan, which is exactly what you need on this team.
Agreed.
So you look at small things like that, and you're like, wow, you know, there's some issues on this team. You have Rose, Evan, just between those two, that's wrapped up 30 mil on the bench. Now you got that as an issue now. You decided to build of 3 guys to be the pillars of your organization for the cycle being, which is Randle, Barrett, Brunson, and they can't play defense. Like consistently, like really commit that they're incapable. You know what I'm saying? They're all not the best 3-point shooters. They're on and off. Only one guy could really create. So, I mean, there's a lot of issues. But to pertain to yesterday, I swear to you, Ron, I do not want to hear. See, Mitch was out. I want to hear that. Because when we were saying Jokic was out, when LaMelo was out, right? When who's the other brother? Oh man, he was out a couple of games too. DeJounte was out a game with Hunter, and we went through so many teams. Oh man, this guy's out. This guy out. This guy out. Yeah, I said. So we're winning, and that's all that matters. All that matters about who gets on the court, and yada yada yada, blah blah blah. Are the same ones. Oh, no, Mitch. Nope, can't use it. Can't use it. Okay. If Mitch is the deciding factor to where this team goes, we are in deep friggin' trouble. I saw a half spin move done by Mitch in the game he got injured for the dunk. Remember when he tried like the spin dunk? And can you name me another time he's ever done that move?
I can't.
So I want to hear that. You know, the Knicks, and to elaborate on JJ was on the same wavelength. The Knicks had no answer for the Hawks pick and roll. They didn't have to call action, flex, 7-week wide. They didn't have to do none of that. Pick and roll. And there was just no answer to it. You mentioned it earlier, I heard, about drop coverage. Why? You're in an NBA where you have to blitz that ball handler, or you got to hedge that ball handler and force that ball out of their hands because you don't want them making the 2-on-1 decisions. And Tibbs invites it. He's like, come on, I got Isaiah Hart inside here. Watch this. And Sims played better yesterday. I was a little disappointed with Sims the night before.
The night before.
But he came out a lot better yesterday. A lot better defensively, a little bit more coordinated. So pick and roll cannot be guarded. And I'm talking about guards like RJ, what the hell is Jalen Brunson doing on DeAndre Hunter? Can somebody help me? Somebody help me. That's a tough one. They did whatever they wanted. Trey, DeJounte, Hunter. Even Bogdanovich, he didn't shoot particularly well, but he got the shots he wanted every single time. 14-9 on offensive rebounding. Not gonna help when you're on the road. I had kind of gave a warning. Watch this road stuff kind of come to an end. There's no way that you can sustain that and not be a good home team. There's no way. So you guys are going to start seeing that. They could have secured long rebounds yesterday. I don't know if you saw that. I saw Grimes get out hustled. I saw Brunson get out hustled. I saw IQ get hustled on long rebounds. Randle kept the Knicks in this game in the third and almost got out of hand. And Randle came through with a very strong third, forced Tibbs to play him the whole third. And then he had 0 points in the fourth quarter. The team was lackadaisical once again in the fourth quarter. I've been saying this for weeks. This team is not a good second half team. And it's a mix of things. It's not just one thing. What else do I have here? I mentioned about Mitch. Like you said, we gave up 140 points just about. Grimes was getting killed by Trey yesterday. Okay. And we have hopes for Grimes and stuff like that. But through evaluation, he's a pretty good defender at this moment. He's not elite at the moment. We saw that. He got killed. Trey did whatever he wanted with him yesterday. And maybe that might have to do with Mitch not being there to be coordinated on the pick and roll and stuff like that. That's definitely a factor. But if Mitch is the deciding factor as to the path and direction where this team goes, we're in trouble.
Yeah. Let me get we got Smoking Nick in here as well. I'm gonna get him in. I wanted to say one thing before I get to him and his take. What you brought up, Julius Randle, right? And how Julius did keep us in the game, and he had that moment. You know what I thought was kind of interesting? Julius Randle finished with, and now don't get me wrong, like the guys that Atlanta has, Colin's not the greatest, but sometimes he has moments. But Okongwu and why do I always forget the main guy?
You talk about Capella.
Like they're good rebounders. They rebound the ball. DeJounte can rebound, and they got guys who can rebound, and so it's not as easy for Julius to dominate. But isn't it crazy how we talk about all these games of him getting 16 rebounds? This game he gets 9 when we really needed those 16 from him this time around. But in fairness, he still played good. But this is another thing I think is interesting. We saw that stretch of games where we're complaining about Tibbs' usage of these guys, right? Now you playing Atlanta, and they've got bigs over there. We struggle, and we don't have Mitch. And you mean to tell me you play Julius 32 minutes or 33 minutes, whatever? Don't you? This is where I want Tibbs to say, Julius, I need you for 40. Sometimes it makes sense, sometimes it doesn't. If you did it for other games that it didn't make sense to me, why wouldn't you do it in this game? He didn't have no foul trouble. He only had 1 foul.
I think what relegated it was that Obi had a good second quarter.
Obi did play well.
No. Wait, hold on. He had a good second quarter.
Well, offensively, Obi played well.
Right. He had a good second quarter, and I think that might have extended the run a bit for him. And then, Tibbs practically played Randle the whole third because Randle was the only one. I think he scored 17 of the team's 27 points that quarter. So if it wasn't for Randle, this game might have been a wrap earlier.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. And I'm sorry, I'm gonna take that back. Obi didn't play well. He had a good second quarter. Because I thought, honestly, when I was watching, I was in the hospital, guys, so bear with me. I saw him score a couple times. I thought he had a good game. I didn't realize he only scored 7 points like that. What he did then was what he did.
That was it. Damn. Yeah, right.
Jeez.
And then what happened was that he had the great third, right, which he kept it in most. And then he tried to bring him back, but I think 6 minutes left, right, because the game was out of hand. and that he took about what, like 2 or 3 minutes left. So that's probably where you got your number.
Right.
Yeah,
That
but I hear
makes
what you're saying though. Like,
yeah,
if you're gonna drain them, this might have been a game for it. Especially
like do it in a game that matters. Do it in a game against Atlanta. They're a rival. They've talked hella trash against us. Like, we don't like that team. They don't really like us. This is a game we've just lost 2 in a row. We needed this game. I don't know, whatever.
And also too, that the Hawks are a game up behind you, if I'm not mistaken, or 2 games.
That's another reason
like that.
Another important reason. Like, why not this game? Like, I don't get it.
And those are important, that if you're going to be a play-in team, you winning those battles during the season, I think gets you better positioning if you're, if your records are tied or something of that nature. So what do we know?
Well, let me get Smoking Nick in here. Unless there's something behind the scenes, maybe, Randle or somebody in the team said, look, Randle looks tired. He's missing a lot of shots these last couple games. We need to kind of start resting him a little. I don't know, because somebody's got to see it. They got all them coaches in the back. They got to be looking at something.
Well, look at the schedule. Can you rest them?
Oh, boy, no, you can't. It's gonna get hella bad. All right, what up, Smoking Nick? What's good, my brother? How you doing, brother?
Salute. How y'all doing?
Hey, man, good. How you feeling, bro?
I'm a little disappointed, like everybody else, but I see a lot of positives as well as a lot of negatives. You know what I mean? The cohesion at this particular point is not where we would like it to be. If we just gonna be completely honest, the bench unit and the starting unit is not working in a cohesive manner, so to speak, right? So at this particular point, certain players have to play, because if they don't play, you see what happens, right? And unfortunately, Jalen Brunson is not the best defender, and he really is like, where's Waldo out there? Because as soon as somebody, he's the weakest link defensively. He tries hard, which we got to give him credit for, but he too little. What they do that? Yeah, he too little. So you know what I mean? And when it doesn't even matter, when a dude is too little or too skinny, you know what I mean? And I feel like the consistency, man, it's like if you go on, like Randle had a play where he did something good, and then the dude came back and scored like 2-3 times on him. It's like, fam, now you got to come back on him, and you know what I mean? If y'all gonna make it a competition in that kind of way, then you need to do something serious. You feel what I'm saying?
I mean, that makes sense, man. Like, I think that the Knicks, I didn't want to say it. I heard D say it the other day. Like, I don't want to believe it, but like there's some truth to it, because we've seen too many different examples of it. Even though they are still somewhere in the middle of the pack, and they have shown that they can go on streaks, how good are the Knicks really? Because
we're pretty average right now. Unfortunately, I got a little family emergency. I gotta go real quick. But
no, don't worry about it, brother. Good to see you.
I appreciate y'all having me, man. And D, it was good to see you as well. Ron, y'all already know what time it is.
We'll catch you on the next one, brother.
Stay good, Nick. I loved his background. That whole smoking defense, that was dope.
You know I like that. Come on, baby. Let's go, baby. Like I think that there's some truth to that. This team is, I already said it. My phrase for them this year, I've coined it for other teams throughout the past couple seasons, but this is all Knicks this year. They are Jekyll and Hyde. They're a streaky team, and literally streaky. Good streaks, bad streaks. There's no in between with this team. Where's the win 1, win 2, lose 1? They just streaks. All they do is streak. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen, D. I don't ever remember watching a Knicks team that just wins games in a streak and then loses them in a streak, then wins games. This is nuts. But it also shows how it can also show you how unbalanced they are.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And Nick said something that made me think, like, well, if Brunson's the biggest liability on defense on this team, RJ Barrett ain't too far behind. So now you got 2 guys you got to hide. And then it forces Tiz to say, well, I guess I might have to go with Barrett on DeJounte Murray, and Murray did whatever he wanted. And you know, that has, and we talked about that. We talked about, like, you know, you just mentioned about balance, and it's like you have to balance your offense and defense within your rotations, and
100%.
that's not a good balance. And as you see, you know, those perimeter guys could do whatever they want, and now Grimes is starting to get exposed, and that as well, more and more as we continue the season. So there could be some trouble ahead, bro.
Well, and you know, I feel bad for Grimes because really he's gonna have moments. And I said with Grimes, he needs time. He needs time to understand the opponent that he's playing, understand their tendencies. You learn that from, you know, being out there, playing them consistently, knowing what they like to do, and then figuring out, okay, he likes to do this, so how am I going to guard it? How am I going to do this to make him not be comfortable? Yeah, okay, that's fair. Then the other thing is, have you noticed a lot of these games, Grimes is getting killed by mismatches? He's guarding dudes bigger than him. And don't get me wrong, he can do it. He at one point, it was a small spurt. We've seen him play a bigger player and do well against him. Last year, before he got hurt, there was a point where Grimes was on Chris Middleton and played him really good. It was really good defense he played against them.
It just can't be frequent. It could be in spot situations.
Right.
Be like, okay, Grimes got Jason Tatum tonight. No, Jason will get 45.
There you go. That's a D. That is wise man. Wise man. That's the thing. Like, you can't do this too much to him because he is like, he can't make up for the fact that he doesn't have a long wingspan and he doesn't have great height. He has good ability. He has good anticipation. He's a smart IQ, good thinker. But you can only do what you can do. It is what it is.
Right.
Shout out to the chat once again. Shout out to Source One. I see you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the prayers. CC, my guy, Cartagina's in the building. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you. Let me just see what he said. He said playing like a summer tournament team is looking exactly what it looked like in the tournament. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what very, very crazy, very streaky. Shout out to Geraldine McIver, the first lady of Still Knicks fans, and the Knicks community is in the building. Let's go. Now we got a show. Bricks Nation, salute to you. Appreciate you, my brother, as always. Finesseful J says trade for who?
Bamba.
Oh no, I see it.
Oh, I was like,
who? You mean Bamba, who can't even go nuts on his own team? Can't even get the keys to Orlando? Got everybody in there replacing him. Get Bo making him look like he's Mo who? Come on, man. I don't trust this Mo Bamba guy. I'm sorry. It's not against you, Finesseful J. I've been like really feeling a certain way about Mo Bamba for a minute because I just look, the guy has skills. He's got certain things that we could use on this team. I just don't like the fact that he hasn't shown me a level of dominance at any level on that Orlando team at any time. Even when they had nobody, he was the dude, and he didn't show it. That's my opinion, but whatever.
But Finesseful is onto something. We are going to need a big.
Yes,
Mitch is going to be out a month, probably, hopefully not more. But you have to prepare for that. Might be shopping for a big.
True, and don't get me wrong. Mo Bamba might be the type of guy the Knicks wind up with because Bo is making this guy expendable, but whatever. So he said trade for Bamba, play Cam, and trade for Trent Jr. Well, if Mo Bamba was like a little deal that happened, I'm not going to be mad at it. But if that's all you're doing, I would be mad at it. Getting Trent Jr., okay, I'd be all right with it. However you did it. Play Cam, never's going to happen because Cam is going to go in one of those trades to get Bamba or Trent.
Right.
So I mean, that's, it is what it is. What can you do? But I don't hate it. There's something funky about Mo Bamba, bro. I feel like Mo Bamba will come to the Garden and you guys will start hating Mo Bamba. But man,
call him iHeart or something like that.
Yeah, I could be wrong. Maybe he comes here and he blossoms. You never know. BN_ up in the building. Salute to you. Game is not just scoring, need defense. Yes.
He had a great comment too, just too.
About
quickly being 5 of 5. 5 shots? 5 of 5? Really? That was interesting.
Oh, Well, you know,
I wondered that when I looked at the box scores after the game. I'm looking, I'm like, wow, quickly already had 5 shots. Why? He played 30-something minutes.
Yeah, I don't know what that's about. Yeah, that's interesting. Shout out to Anthony Alvarado. Salute to you, my brother. Good to see you. He said it's only one game. I get it, but what we're talking about is not from one game. It's about the Knicks playing style. This is who they are. We've seen it in games that they win. It's just you see even more of it when they lose. It's just this is who the Knicks are, and that's why their roster needs a little bit of a change. It's probably not going to get an overhaul. It's probably not going to be the youth movement that D and maybe I would like to see. A 3 to 5 year window of sustainable. No, I can't even say how quickly you say it. I'm not even going to mess around with it. But yeah, it's probably not going to be that. I think the Knicks are in that win now-ish type of. They haven't really shown, but they're in that win now-ish type of frame. So we'll see what they do. Shout out to Knicks Morning Brew. What it do? Shout out to Jiggaman, Phil, my guy Heck. Salute to you guys. Guys, if you haven't checked them out, please do. Knicks Morning Brew on the DJing Sports Network. And also check out Yankees Morning Brew as well. Really good content. Shout out to Sherwin. Good afternoon, sir. Good to see you as always.
Hi, Sherwin.
One of the things that D, I don't know if you saw it on the show the other day. Sherwin actually apologized.
And hell did it freeze over?
That's what I said.
No way.
He and this was his words. I apologize because Jalen Brunson. No, I don't know. No, I lost exactly what he said. But the point was, he was saying, I apologize because Jalen Brunson, what he lacks in defense, he makes up for in offense. Wow. I was like, welcome to the club, Sherwin. Finally, you see it. Now, it didn't matter last night. But he didn't have the greatest offensive game. He finished with 19 points, which we'll run down the box score real quick. Because as much as we like to say the deficiencies on defense and the things that they do, and even offense, they have some deficiencies. They can score. They don't make it look pretty, but they can score. The Knicks had 6 guys in double figures. What can I tell you? I don't know.
Hey.
You know.
Yeah, and Atlanta had how many in double figures?
I was hitting the positive.
5, 6. Yeah, positive, man. Look at me. I'm at the point of the season, man. I play no games no more. It's game what? 47, 48? We're almost done, bro.
Yeah,
just like that.
Time is flying. Shout out to Anthony Alvarado once again. He said, but it shows how scattered this whole team is. That there's plenty of pieces that can take this team's places. Yeah, we can definitely switch guys out. He also said Streaky is not sustainable.
No, it's not.
It's not, but I tell you one thing, the Knicks have been doing a lot of it, but it's not sustainable. That's a fact. Salute to all you guys in the chat once again. All right, so you know what? Let's do this. Shout out to Black Thoughts. I see you. Appreciate you. Isn't Tibbs
the best rapper alive?
I can't argue with them. You know, he's there. He said, isn't Tibbs the defensive guru? Yeah, that's what I would think. Ed Winning in the building.
Ed.
He said Grimes suffering because RJ Brunson are poor defensively and lack of IQ on the defensive end. Yeah, I think for RJ, he has the ability to be a solid defender. Not great, adequate. But I do think that when I notice RJ out there, sometimes I think he does lack the defensive IQ to make him a better defender. I see him kind of low, not in the right spot, and then he still continues to get beat backdoor. He just like his focus is elsewhere, and I think that really affects him. Brunson is a different story. Brunson just, you know, he just has the lack of ability because of his height, and you know it is what it is. But
there was
you know what?
There was a play yesterday that DeJounte Murray got the ball in the wing, right, and RJ like say I'm DeJounte, right, and that's RJ. RJ went like this, like he ball faked it, right, but he never ball faked it. So DeJounte shot an air ball. That's why it's not made a bigger deal. But he was literally wide open. All he did was took it, got into a shooting pocket, and shot, right? And he's playing defense on the lane like he ball faked it and never did.
Wow.
He needs to give me some of what he's smoking.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just think sometimes he just kind of gets lost in the sauce. Like when he does this before the game starts, what is that supposed to do? Is that screwing on his thinking cap? Is he turning it? I don't know what he's doing with that. Like I'm looking for something. Sorry, RJ. You my favorite player still on the. I don't know. I don't listen.
Oh, God bless you, Ron.
I know. It's tough.
We gotta get you a new favorite player.
Maybe. Shout out to Visions. What's good? Salute to you. Appreciate you. And there's Jigga Man Porto. What's going on? Ashley, hey, what up, Wiz?
Wiz.
Salute to all you guys. Oh, let me do this too, just in case if anybody else wants to jump in and you didn't see it. There you go. By all means. All right. So I got everybody else. Yeah. So let's pull up. The box score and just take a quick look at what we got going on here because it is what it is. All right. Let me see if I can make that a tiny bit bigger. Although this look that the NBA has it on is a little bigger than the other original look. This is like, oh crap, it reverted. This is like their newer look, which upsets me because to get here is a pain. Look, it just okay. I guess the NBA new look is just saying, look, this is how it's gonna be, and I don't care if you widen it. We're going right back to that. All right, cool. I see what you're doing. All right, so this is it, guys. Once again, if you're just joining in, Knicks lost 139 to 124. That's right. It's not a typo. The Knicks gave up 139 points to the Atlanta Hawks of all teams. Jeez Louise. And the Knicks, if you just looked at the Knicks box score, you'd be like, man, Knicks had a good game. They must have won this one. Oh no. But you'd be wrong. RJ Barrett had 23 points, 3 rebounds, 2. What has happened? You guys notice? I like to bring. First off, I like using the word, and second, I think it matters when you win these games. Like this helps winning. Ancillary stats. What the hell happened to RJ's rebounding and assist? Remember when we would look at RJ's stats and like, man, look at him, man. He could be a triple-double. And we thought he might have triple-double tendencies. Where's all that at? I'm just wondering. You have an answer for that, D? What happened to RJ's
I don't think it was ever there.
Like, but there was points where, RJ would tinker with 5, 6 rebounds, maybe 4 assists. Sometimes maybe he'd get like 5 assists or whatever. But, some people are like, well, if you give him the minutes, put the ball in his hands, let him create a little bit, he could possibly get up to triple-double range because it seemed like he had a good feel for the game. Seemed like coming in from high school and college, what we saw at Duke, he could pass the ball a little bit. He could pass guys, pass the ball to guys in good situations. I don't know what's going on with all that this year.
Yeah. I like I told you, I never thought it was there. I thought, like, for example, like with last year, I thought RJ was able to take advantage of the team not being able to be a playoff contender. So he was able to get more volume, and you played against lesser teams. Don't forget, Tibbs was running these guys, that Burke and Evan Fournier, that stuff. He was running that stuff to game 77, 78, if you forgot. So he was able to pick up a lot of stats. And for me, I'm saying it appears that way. I've never seen, like, in a really impactful game, RJ Barrett have a game like 25, 8 and 6. Like, I've never seen that. So that's why, like, I never thought it was there.
Right.
But I hear you, man. I know he's your guy. I know. And you want so much from him, and I get it, bro.
I mean, I do, but I'm willing to criticize him and call him out for not doing what he needs to do because he's disappointing me sometimes. Now, and in this game, I'm not going to make it seem like RJ was horrible. He wasn't horrible. I just like to see more from him on the offensive side with regards to getting his teammates in. Oh, wait, hold on. No. There is something I got to talk about. But on the defensive side, he was bad. He wasn't good on the defensive side. On the offensive side, in this game, once again, and this points to those ancillary stats, like I like to say, 2 assists, 3 rebounds, but really the 2 assists. RJ displayed that selfishness again in this game. Once again, not trusting your teammates, calling number 9 instead of the other numbers on the team. Like, I don't like that. I don't like seeing that type of stuff from RJ. Like, he shouldn't be that type of player, and that's a horrible habit. And he looks like he hasn't broken. I thought he was coming out of it, but it looks like it's still there. Like, I don't like that, man. That's not how you win basketball games. That's not how you show that you're a leader type for this team. We know you're young, but you're making $100 million. We need you to be one of those guys. You got to believe in these teammates that you have and get. That's how you make guys better, especially when you know that you got 2 very strong ISO type players in Randle and Brunson. RJ, don't be the third. We can't do that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, but that's the culture that's being bred, brother. It's happening with everybody. Everybody has their moments of that. There was shots yesterday by Jalen Brunson. I'm like, what the hell is he doing? Like, he's just throwing up stuff, and
yeah, he did one in particular that I saw that he threw up. I was like, why'd you even don't even throw that one. Just pass the ball or something. That was just a horrible. He put himself in no man's land and just threw the ball up and it was a poor shot.
And it was like 6 seconds left of the shot clock. There was a couple of those, and like he's just dribble. And like I said, I never thought that was just a Brunson or a Randle thing. I always thought that Tibbs is enabling that type of behavior as well. And if you watch games with Tibbs, with Chicago and stuff like that, when Rose was in MVP mode, every 4th quarter, heroes. Every time, heroes. Like, there was nothing ever creative. So I remember when Rose was out, they would have playoff series. They would make like first, second round. I remember Nate Robinson had a what do you call it? A big playoff series. And that was because, here you go, Nate. And Nate just did his thing. And I think that's just who Tibbs is. It's never going to be creative like that. And I think his best of ball handlers or better players on the team, he encourages those guys to go and say, go get yours. Go get yours. Go get yours. Go. And I think that's just his style. And so you're going to see it.
Yeah, no, I mean that makes sense to me, because it definitely it shows. Like, we're seeing some things that, how many times over and over it's the same stuff. Shout out to Victor Rivera in the building. Salute to you, my guy. Good to see you as always. Vic said, oh shoot, I started. Where is it? There we go. Tibbs not doing. Oh, there we go. Tibbs not doing enough to win games. Randle, Brunson, too much ISO. And when there is no defense, this team gets exposed. Lack of ball movement, and we wonder why others don't contribute on offense. Hold on. I'm gonna do this one time because I don't like to take people's things, and I appreciate what he's got going on. So.
There you go.
I just want to show I could do it. I don't want the loop. I don't want the loop. Let me cut the loop off. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I finally figured out how to get the loop off.
There you go.
Okay, all right. I guess I didn't. No, I pressed it twice. But anyway, all right, guys. So yeah. I think that that is 100% truth. So there's nothing I got to say about that, Victor. Good job.
And the chats talk about Mitch, and we talked about this some time ago on the show where it's like, I mean, Ron, you remember throughout the whole. Hey, can we get Mitch some alley-oop attempts, right? Can we get him something when he's rolling to the basket? Can we get him a transition because he's faster than other bigs? And especially that would be mismatches, and how many times he has him sealed, he doesn't get it, type of thing. And it's like, Mitch is gone, and you guys are seeing how important he is, which is wrong of Tibbs. There should not be that much pressure on Mitch to make Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, and Jalen Brunson look like competent defenders. That's too much. So but let's just say you did that, right? You can't get Mitch 10 shots a game because he's cleaning everybody's butt up out there and making sure that stuff's not getting in the paint or is altering shots, or, you know, Mitch has gotten better in the passing lanes, reading the passing lanes, his steals have gotten up and stuff like that. So, and you can't reward him when he was out there. Look, now you're missing the hell out of him. So when he comes back, he better have 10 or 11 attempts a game. Once again, look at total shots and look at, for the team, which was 83, and you got Randle that took 22, Barrett that took 16, and Brunson that took 14. It's always, they're always 75% of your shots.
Very true.
So,
and am I gonna forget? I'm not gonna forget. Let me say this quick. Shout out to Amani the Great. Appreciate you. Thank you as always. He said, Mr. D, it's a copycat. NBA League and other teams, if they watch what Atlanta did to our short guards, they just took us inside and just scored like it was nothing. It's a copycat league.
yeah,
You know, well, that's the thing. That's the blueprint. That's what, you know, once you see what works, why not keep doing it? They're not stopping it.
Yep. Yeah, just put RJ in the pick and roll. Have fun. Mitch ain't here. He's going to be there with Hartenstein and Sims.
Shout out to Parrish Duggar. I see Deuce is more confident on the road than MSG. He looked pretty good. What he
last
was doing.
couple of games, he has been more confident. It's a good call.
He also said, I actually left that game knowing we have a personnel to beat ATL with matchup adjustments. That's if Tibbs is forced to. I didn't catch the second part, but yeah, could the Knicks have won the game? Of course they could have won the game. They showed that they were right there with them. But if it don't matter if the Knicks are in these games, if they don't execute, then we still have to look at them the same way. They have a chance to win a lot of these games. They could beat anybody in the league, but they got to do what they need to do on the defensive side, and they got to have it be consistent. It's not consistent. We only get, you know, spurts of these Knicks with playing some really good defense in some games better than others, but like we don't get that lasting thing. We got it for that 8-game win streak, but have we really seen the Knicks play defense like that since? I don't think I have. I haven't noticed it. This is tough. Lewis Hedges, I don't know why Tibbs not playing. And shout out to you. Salute to you, my brother. I don't know why Tibbs not playing Reddish, Evan Fournier, because what he's doing is not working. Well, that's Tibbs. He's going to keep doing it. Now, I will get to the point that I was going to make. I see Smoking Nick is back. Let me just bring him in while I'm saying this. So I really do think, and it's not a knock on these guys, because I think it's what Tibbs does. This is how Tibbs wins over his guys. I think Tibbs is definitely focusing on Randle and Brunson. I think he definitely sees that they're an all-star consideration. They definitely have been playing well enough to get the nod if they get it. And I think he's feeding that, because that all plays into, you know, being a Tibbs guy. Like, you're my guy. I got to support you. So therefore, me supporting you, giving you your touches. Yeah, get out there. What, we're up 14. It's what, 6 minutes left in the fourth? Yeah, you stay out there. Get a couple extra points there. Go ahead, buddy. Because that buys into you're a Tibbs guy, and now you run through a wall for Tibbs, or at least you believe in him. And that's the type of stuff that I don't think it benefits the team. I think that whole style, I think that's the reason why we complained about seeing RJ look like he's padding the stats at the end of games. You know, I don't like it. It don't look right. And in essence, I think it created a monster. I think that is part of the reason why RJ has become so selfish now. He's just selfish. Brunson being here as another scoring option doesn't help, because RJ knows, oh, now that guy's a real option. So when I get the ball, I might have to go do what I got to do. I get that. But I do think that Tibbs has bred, or is breeding, a little bit of this stuff, because of how he's allowing these guys to kind of do whatever the hell they want and stay in the game late and pad their stats.
Yeah. Another thing too is that they may also be trying to shoot for these guys to make an all-star bid to make the Knicks look like, you know, an NBA product.
Right. So more attractive to not only the rest of the league, but to other players out there.
Correct.
You might want to. I get it.
We had 2 Knick All-Stars this past season.
I
you don't want to be a part of this?
Yes, of course. I'm telling you, the best.
And that's not a bad idea. Might not be the best idea, but that's not a bad idea.
It's only a good idea if it's true.
And if it works.
It seems that's towards what they trending towards. You got to focus around the people that, the two dudes that you can really rely on, which is Randle and Brunson. Everybody else is hyper inconsistent.
True. And I've always said the best recruiting tool is the playoffs and the All-Star game or All-Star weekend. Because you got to be around these stars in order to get in their ear. And if you ain't on the same stage, they ain't gonna listen to you. Hey, yo, God, yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll talk to you later. At least you're in the room,
And it's clear that they actually look like true all-stars, not forced. They've been carrying us.
No, they have. They deserve that.
They have all-star consideration numbers without a doubt.
Definitely, I agree with that. Shout out to Kaiser Soze. What's good? He said, we go cold on offense whenever the game gets late or tight. You can see the Knicks players' rectums clench up.
Ain't no retentiveness? Is that what that is? No, ain't no retention?
Hey, man, they struggle, man. It's like a deer in headlights. Like, what? Fourth quarter? We still playing, right? Okay. Knicks Nation 112, where the players dwell is here. Salute to you, my brother. He says, salute Ron D, Smoking Nick in the chat. May 4th is in the building. Salute. He says, let's get down to facts. When Grimes went to the bench and quickly. Let's get down to the facts of when Grimes. I guess you're trying to say goes to the bench and Quickly's defense, or went to the bench and Quickly's defense.
Is he talking about the game?
Got you. I got you. Yeah, man. Look, we kind of talked about it already, man. Tibbs doesn't make the proper adjustments. What D brought up that you saw in the chat with the 5 of 5. What's that about? Don't know. When Quickly's going good, Quickly needs to be involved. It's the same thing like what I say. Obviously, if Grimes is not going good, if Grimes gets 9 attempts and he's like 1 for 9, all right, I get it. But you got to get Grimes touches for him to get in a rhythm. He's a rhythm shooter too. He's very streaky. The Knicks need to be able to win with these other guys helping. Like Grimes giving you 10 points, Quickly giving you 15 points, helps the overall total, and it keeps the defense honest. We can't just focus on we can't double team Julius and leave Quickly open for 3, or we can't double team Julius and leave Grimes open for 3. They do it because the Knicks don't get touches. Like you get the ball to Grimes and he's got to pass it back to Brunson or pass it back to Julius or RJ. Like we got to move the ball and work as a unit, man. This too much selfish basketball here. I like it that these guys show that they can score, but move the ball for consistent winning and getting guys in the game. And the other thing, I always say it, guys, they're not phony, but it's that whole thing. I get a couple shots to go in. Now I'm playing harder on defense. Listen, whatever it takes. Get guys involved, and they'll go through walls for you. What do we talk about with Mitch? How we need to get Mitch involved. Have you noticed, guys? And I don't want to shortchange Mitch like he's not good on defense and doesn't hustle. Mitch gives effort, but do you notice the effort he gives when he gets involved offensively?
Totally different guy.
Exactly. We got to get our guys involved, man. This is at some point, and this is why I get mad at Tibbs, because Tibbs is supposed to be a smart coach. He's got a great winning record. He's a guru on defense. Do you not know that if I get these guys involved, they'll do whatever I want them to do and they'll give their all? Man, I almost cursed. I'm frustrated. Yeah.
That's a great point. The ball should be moving way more. You know what I mean? And he was asked about the isolation offense, and he tried to say dudes was just missing, but you could clearly see the offense is focused. Give it to Randle, give it to Brunson, get out the way, and then RJ is peppered in a little bit in there in between, and everybody get what they could, eat what they kill, so to speak. You know
what's crazy? That he even took it a step further. Nick, he said, "I don't think we heavy isolate a lot." And I made a whole thing. I had a whole 8 or 9 videos of exposing him on that comment. Like, yo,
it was funny though. It was funny when I heard.
You can't sell me the Honda Accord with no engine in it, bro. You're not going to do it. And he does this. I say, Hartenstein's a great rim protector, and he's got this stuff going on, bro. He's out of his mind.
He do be like, "Don't believe your eyes."
Yeah.
Funny.
Okay. Anyway, all right.
No, he really do. He be saying, don't believe what you see, believe what I told you.
I watched the film.
Do as I say.
Now you guys don't watch the film.
Yeah, do as I say, not as you see. You know.
Yo, that's nuts, man. And just that. See, I hope that the Knicks fans that watch this and watch out there understand that it's not that when you criticize the Knicks team for what they're doing wrong or they're not doing right, it's not that you're being a downer. You're not a Debbie Downer on the team or whatever it is. You're just pointing out these are consistent things, that bad habits that the Knicks have that don't get improved upon. Tibbs doesn't do enough to change these habits. The players aren't doing enough to change these habits, and so they're always there. That's why we're pointing them out. If the Knicks didn't have so many bad habits on defense, now they have bad habits on offense. They don't have a lot of creativeness when it comes to the plays they run. And once again, I can say this, that the Knicks can play ISO ball and give and as a team have 27 assists and still be selfish out there, because there's points. I always look at it like you can move the ball at times, but that doesn't necessarily mean that you're a selfless player.
Right.
This is what I point to. This is my Knick moment, guys. Look at how many times this has happened throughout this year, and when you watch this current type of Knick team with the RJs, with the Julius, the last 3 years. How many times have you watched and Quickly's involved in this too? How many times have you watched the Knicks go on a fast break, and it could be one Knick player who's shooting the ball right up the court, right? And there's a defender coming with the guy, and there's a Knick trailer behind them. How many times have you seen one of the Knicks give the ball up to the trailer?
Yep.
Never. It never happens because they're selfish when it comes to that stuff. Like, that's a thing. That's a learned thing. Okay, I know I got a guy behind me. The defense is coming right with me. Let me get him to the hoop. Dish it behind me. It's an easy layup for the guy behind me. And if not, he gets fouled. Like,
it's always like a last minute thought. Like so it's late. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, you should have been gave it up. You should have been you're thinking, oh no, now I got my opportunity, when you should be thinking what's best for the team to overall win, you know what I mean? And they're always thinking about what's their opportunity. So that's where the hesitation comes in, to where those passes come late and then you can't get the opportunity, or it's not a smooth shot.
Right.
We're in game 47, 48, and this team still terrifies me in transition offensively. Like, if they're like on a 3-on-2, a 4-on-3, or even like a 3-on-1, they've botched and stuff like that. Like, it's scary. You still can't break zones. You've been with the team for 3 years. It's crazy.
You got to have athleticism on breaks for the most part, because it definitely plays into it. But you also got to have certain level of skill set, because I saw Obi, was it on a break? I don't know if it was a transition play, but whatever. Obi somehow broke down his defender and got to the rim. Point blank, missed the layup. I think he got the rebound back. He put it back up and he missed that too, or he got blocked. Like, where is the I'm Obi, the dunk champion, go up strong and either get the hoop or I'm getting fouled? Like, this is the type of stuff that I'm saying. Like, guys need to really change what they do out there to be a little bit more successful. Obi should be trying to break arms on rims. When I used to watch videos back in the day, some of these guys, the Dominiques, the Jordans, we all know, of course, but like those guys, the Corey Maggette, when they go to dunk, they try, don't put your hand there, you know. Like, come on, man. I don't know.
Obi, hold on, because you mentioned Obi yesterday. Did you see his press before the game? We just talk about how, like, because Mitch is out.
Oh no, I didn't see it.
I'm a big that has to step up. I'm a big that's going to step up. My bad, that's what he said. Julius is a big that's going to step up and stuff of that nature. So yesterday, if you saw the game, he was getting rebounds, right? Ron, you always throw me off course when you do that.
I know, every time I do it.
It was like, whoa. So he was trying to grab the rebound, right? And Obi 3 times on rebounds got punked by iHeart, RJ, and I forgot who the third person was, right? And so when he didn't get it, he was like, Are we dead serious here right now? Like,
I did see him pout when iHeart took that rebound from him. He did pout.
And it happened 3 other times.
I saw it too, but I
noticed that. I was like, you let him take it from you, bro. Like,
so hold on. Was Obi's like, you know, and I'm playing detective here.
I see you out there, Anthony. Go ahead, D. My fault. I'm gonna get you in 2 seconds.
You know, it was this Obi's like grand scheme. Okay, well, Mitch isn't here, so now I could boast up my stats of the rebounding a little bit. And like it looked kind of weird and fugazi to me. And
you can't do that in game. What you said, it was 48, right? You got to do that when you get your opportunities early, man. You got to put your shoulder in people's chest. You can't be afraid to do that, man. You in the NBA, and you a man. Let's keep it real.
Forget about dunking the basketball. I don't want a guy pouting when he's getting ripped the basketball from rebounds from iHeart that we call iSoft.
It was his own teammate that took the rebound from him and he pouted, right? So that shows you internally these dudes is not on the same page. No. If you're paying attention.
That goes back to the whole thing. Like, I was making a big deal about it, and people weren't realizing that how big of a deal it was. I told you guys when the end of the season, when Obi went on that little run in games that didn't matter, and he scored his 40 points and 30 points and blah. When they interviewed him, he said, "Listen, you know, my confidence was shaken for a lot of." That was some real stuff. I'm telling you, these guys, you know, Tibbs did some stuff, and Obi couldn't get out of that. It took him a minute. And look, you can see his psyche. Okay, all right, believe it.
No, people tell you who they are, believe them for sure.
Facts. Let me get what's going on. First time on No Leads and still Anthony, what's good?
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah. We hear you.
Perfect. Good afternoon, gentlemen. Good afternoon to everyone in the panel. I'm actually a Knicks fan. This is actually my first time here, but this is actually I actually been watching your channel for like a year plus. Yeah, a year plus. Nice.
Yeah, because I feel like I've seen your name before, but I could be wrong.
No, definitely. I've been here for a good minute. I just haven't been chatting much.
But, yeah.
No, but I just seen just show love to the channel and everything, because I don't know, the likes are a bit low right now. 74 people and 29 likes. I don't know.
Bueno.
Looks like man, get them likes up, baby. Let's get them likes up.
Hit that button. It's free.
Yeah, you know, for those who don't know, you know, hit that live chat button, bring down the live chat, hit the like button, hit the live chat again, bring the live chat back up. You're right back with us. Let's go.
No, for sure. But this is what I wanted to talk about the most. Obi, that I'm extremely concerned about Obi in general. I'm gonna say this: the day when I wanted this office to leave was the day that we drafted Obi Toppin. And I'll still stand by that, and I'll forever stand by that, because it showed that we're incompetent. It's shown that there's too many connections, and yes, too many connections are a good thing, but too many can also lead to where we're at right now.
Conflicts of interest?
Yes, conflicts of interest, that sorts. And I feel like the whole team is scattered from top to bottom, and I feel like we're just going right back to where we were last year, in which it's purgatory, which is the worst position in the NBA, because it's just not good. It's not good at all. That's how
I listen, Anthony.
Hey, we agree with you.
Yeah,
not good enough to win and not bad enough to get the best player. You don't want to be that in the NBA. Everybody knows that.
It's been like that for 20 plus years.
Yeah,
bro.
it's been like that for a while.
20 plus years. It's rough out here, man. It's rough.
We know.
People laugh at us, bro. People laugh at us, and they don't understand the Knicks fans' pain. And you know, I look. I'm never gonna say that a team should tank or should lose games. All I'm saying is, you pick a direction, and figure out what you need to do to fulfill that, right? So one is, you say we want to win, then at this trade deadline, I would expect you to try to put some complementary pieces. You don't need much, because the Knicks have won games with this roster, but you do need a step up on defense. We lack consistency. We definitely don't have the horses to really lock teams down, because when we play the upper echelon teams, we struggle when they want to turn it on. We can hang with them, But when they're ready to turn it on, game over. All right.
Mhm.
So we need a couple better players that can help with that. You know, it could be Reggie Bullock type. I don't know if I want Reggie Bullock back, but it could be like that. But or it's not tanking. It's saying, we know what this team is. We're not going to add any more pieces. We're going to play the rest of the season out, and however the chips fall, and we'll, you know, whatever our pick is, we'll go with that pick and see who we can bring in here. It's not tanking. It's just playing the hand you're dealt.
It kind of seemed like they trended towards that. You know what I mean? Especially if they don't get people like Cam and Fournier out of here that hasn't really played that much, you know, in spurts. But it kind of seemed like they trending towards that. But I'm hoping, like everybody else that's a Knicks fan, that we do make a couple moves that could at least bolster our defense, our three-point shooting, stuff like that, because those are the things that is really hindering us. The offense is good, but when you go cold at the moments when you need to stay hot, and you going hot in the moments you should have probably been cold, then it defeats the purpose, and that's why we keep losing these kind of games. You know what I mean? Because we was competitive through 3 quarters, and then beginning of the fourth, we decided we didn't want to be there no more.
You know what's crazy? Word take that people, it's like taboo, like, you know, like a black court, a cat chorus.
Do your hairs like that? Do your hairs like that again? What was it?
I forgot. I just did it. But the point being is that, you know, there's nothing. Listen, most and just about all of them teams that got successful, they had to go through that. It's called a part of the cycle. And the whole thing that, you know, and people, I understand they don't want to experience it. It's been 23 years, and I understand that. But that's how you get your top tier talent, or you're able to get them from via trade or from free agency. There's nothing wrong with tanking, ladies and gentlemen, as long as you have a great plan.
Yes.
Then you're good.
It's all good. If you're going to tank, you got to get rid of all the players that potentially you had these. Like, if we're going to tank, we need G League players on our team. I don't want to see dudes with real potential on the team and we tank it. That's a waste of people's career, time, and effort. You know what I mean?
Wait, can I add on to all this? Just because some of the best and functional franchises in this league are very, very consistent and are very talkative with their fan bases. And I'm speaking in terms of GMs talking to the people, communicating with the fans, and telling them, we're doing this, we're doing that. Look at the OKC Thunder. Sam Presti, always talking. The Memphis Grizzlies GM, he's always talking. If anything, he was the main component into blowing up. No, he was the main component into igniting the movement of drafting John Morant and building around him. Like, these are decisions that actually take these teams to good teams to great teams. And look at the OKC Thunder. They're actually very competitive right now. The Memphis Grizzlies are second best team in the West. Is actually, and the thing is, we don't have that communication with the what I say,
the front office and
There's just no communication there. Do you ever see Leon Rose talking? I don't ever hear him. We don't hear him. We don't even see him, let alone hear from him. It's actually, I don't know. It just makes it hurts my head.
I'll push back on that a little bit because I feel like, look, I would just prefer you do your job, man. Like, just do your job and make sure it's getting done.
Oh no, I'm okay with that. But if you show me, I need to see action. I need to see action, though.
We know who our president of basketball operations. Would we like to hear from him to make our feelings feel better? Yes, we would. But or if he just did his job. You know what I mean? Just do your job and bring results, because I don't want to hear you telling me things all the time. And then when those things are not happening, then I'm going to be even more pissed off because you said this was going to happen and you said that was going to happen and it didn't happen. So I would prefer you just stay quiet, do your job, and make things happen. Me personally.
And that's a matter of perspective, because I would personally, a part of the job of the front office is to speak to us.
Exactly.
That's part of the job description. So when you're not doing it, and it's not about me feeling better, I could care less about that. We just want to have an idea of what you're doing.
Exactly. Are you telling me, are we going to tank, or are you telling me we're competitive for right now? Like, We don't even get that, and that's all I want. I don't care if I feel happy about this or happy about that, because if you give us a direction, there will be a split in the fan base.
I think part of the problem, not to cut you off, my
No, you
apologies.
good.
I think a part of the problem is people want a certain direction and see the direction and then deny the direction that we're going in, even though they know the direction we're going in, but they still choose to want to be going in another direction. So they want to assess it and pretend that they don't know the direction that we're going in. When it's clear the direction we're going in, it's clear the direction we've been going in since Julius Randle got his extension. So it's just people don't want to accept that fact. And they pretend they don't know what direction and because we got dudes like Quickly, we got dudes like Obi. Obi was probably drafted to replace Randle. Randle had the great season, but he's not stepping up to replace him. So just wanting and hoping that he will is not good enough. He has to physically, mentally, and emotionally do it. You know what I mean? Stuff like that.
But you
if
know
I'm
what?
confident in my plan, I'll tell you my plan. And if my plan is to win now with Julius Randle, and I feel Julius is that guy, I'm gonna go up there with a big smile on my face, with my chest pumped, talk about, yo, we got a product to win right now.
But
and it starts with Julius Randle.
I know you've heard the term, never let your right hand know what your left hand doing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how it be sometimes.
Well, I mean, I will tell you
what's
that
the big secret?
I think
No, I didn't say it was a secret. I'm just not, we see the direction.
I think that, both sides are what Anthony's saying, what you're saying, Smoking Nick, and then how D feels. I think it's all right. The fans do deserve to know some things. The Knicks organization should be a little bit more transparent. But I think after only watching him speak for a little bit of time when he does do it, I think Leon Rose needs to be coached up when he has to go out there and speak. I don't think he's the best at saying what is going on. I don't think he feels that comfortable doing it. Yes, he could be a very smart guy, knows how to run businesses, whatever. But when it comes to speaking to a fan base that's expecting a lot of different things and knowing that you're in charge of making that stuff happen and every move you make is going to be scrutinized, there's a lot of pressure to that. I don't think he wants that pressure. I think he's also gun shy. That's why he doesn't pull the trigger on certain trades. He's a certain way. I don't think it's a good thing for the Knicks. I'm just telling you that that's who I think he seems to be by his actions. And the direction we're going in, maybe you're right. Maybe Smoking Nick, you're right that it's out there. It's been out there. But some of their acquisitions or how they built out the roster is a little yes sir.
Right. So now to the whole thing, right? There actually is a plan. The whole thing is that we had to play detective to do so. I had to follow the breadcrumbs. I had to do the whole national treasure thing. I had to go Washington D.C. right and unlock the pyramid in the eye, and right. I had to do all that to get to the simple fact that they want to win now without a win now roster.
Yes.
Great plan, guys.
And they keep bringing subpar talent around the people, you know what I mean, that you trying to win now. I agree. I see it. You know what I mean? I try not to live in the negativity of what I see, but I see it just like everybody else. But I call things like I see it. So, you know what I mean? Even though I hear you on it, doesn't mean that I don't see it. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Listen, it's definitely there. We can see it.
No, we see it.
Shout out to I just had it. Shout out to D-Raz. What's going on?
D-Raz.
Appreciate you, brother. Nick Jr. 79 is in the building. Salute to you. Building Blocks is here. What's good?
Let's go,
let me see. Hold on. He said Nick Jr. said Obi is going through the same thing now, right? Building Block said he's not built like that. Then skills are limited and his mental is weak. Not what we need. I agree. Look, as Sherwin would say, which is not true. I'm a Knick fan first, Sherwin, not a Obi fan. I think the Knicks should trade Obi. I think it's time. I've seen enough of Obi.
Now
I don't like what what I think he could be because I don't see it. And the way he plays doesn't give me what I would expect from him. I don't care if you don't play the greatest defense. I'm not saying that's what I want. I'm telling you that if you don't play defense, you better be damn good at what you do. You better be dunking on people. You better be hitting that three or mid-range jumper. You better be hitting the fast break. Do Obi like Obi does Obi. If I don't see that, Obi got to go. That's all I'm saying. Because we know he ain't doing it on the defense.
He said Knox was way better. He wilding with that, but he wilding with that. I ain't gonna lie. He wilding with that, but
I know what Obi does best. I know what Obi does best.
What's
when
that?
they go, Obi, the camera's looking at you. That's what Obi does best.
Smiles.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's cool.
Man.
That's cool, bro. That's cool.
All I
That's real.
don't know, bro. That's tough, man. Poor Obi. Oh, poor Obi. Obi's got us upset. Anyway, I think that there's a lot going on there that these Knicks got to kind of work through. Shout out to Mike Boy, appreciate you as always. Thank you, D Cooler 718 in the building. Salute to you, my brother. Keyshawn is in the building. Salute. Phil Porto, 1/3 of the Knicks Morning Brew on the DJ Sports Network with Jigga Man and Heck. What's going on, brother?
What's poppin', Phil?
And
salute.
Yes. And salute to Pudge Nice. Appreciate you, my boy. Good to see you. All right. So I had this up. I'm just going to run through it real quick because I just wanted to give for people maybe who didn't see the game. You know, people busy, got work or whatever. I almost missed it myself. So RJ had 23, 3 and 2 in 38 minutes. The shooting was pretty good. Julius had 32, 9 and 6. He was 50% from the field, which is pretty good. Yeah, he was 3 of 10 from 3, though. Yeah. Jericho had 12 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals for Jericho. Okay, Jericho. 6 for 6 shooting. Nice. A lot of dunks. I know. What'd you say?
Oh, he played well yesterday.
Oh, yeah. I agree. Quentin Grimes had 10 points. 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Now, I'm not happy about the 2 rebounds and 2 assists, but sometimes this number is even lower, so I'll rock with it. 4
Don't
of
forget
7.
he was guarding Trey, though.
Yeah, that's not an easy matchup. 4 of 7 from the field, and then 2 of 5 from 3. And this is actually, this is another thing you look at: 40% from 3 and 57% from the field. If I'm looking at this, knowing what I've seen from Grimes, I say Grimes is on. Let me get the ball to Grimes a little bit more. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what the Knicks do.
Grimes is shooting 46% for the field this year, shooting 37% from 3 and 80.5% from the foul.
Yeah, like there's no reason why you shouldn't try to incorporate him in the game. Doesn't mean make him a focal point. You know who the 3 focal points are.
Those are great shooting numbers too. Look at the numbers. Everybody over 50%. How we lose this game?
And
because they also shot 50%. That's
well, yeah, because we don't play defense.
And we gave away 140 points, pretty much.
And we quit in the fourth quarter. We was like, yo, you know what? We don't even want to be in Atlanta tonight. We want to go home. We just gonna let them have their night. You know what I mean? Celebrate, shine on TV. I was watching the whole broadcast. I see they was doing it big. They was throwing out T-shirts. You know the requisite. It was crazy.
Anthony, thank you for bringing up the 140 points once again. I was trying to forget it, bro.
my bad, man. My bad.
I hear you, man. Jalen Brunson had 19, 7 of 14 shooting, 50%. That's Jalen Brunson. 50% is around where you would expect him to be. 50% from 3, only took 2 shots. Okay. The free throw, like I almost expect him to shoot 100% from the free throw line, but it is what it is. 4 of 6. And 9 assists. So all those who get mad at Jalen Brunson for not moving the ball around, he had 9 assists in this game.
I didn't feel it.
It didn't feel like 9
assists, right?
It didn't look like it.
See him?
I didn't feel it. And Ron, I know he's your favorite guy, but I feel like that with RJ. I look at the stat sheet, I watched the game, and I'm like, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel his 23.
I agree with
that's
that.
a problem.
No, I hear you. And I think RJ, the only time we really feel RJ's impact is when he's featured like consistently. Like he's the guy. Okay, he had the quarter of the night. Like, you know, when he does stuff like that, I see, but that's because he's so quiet on within the other aspects of his game, offensively and especially defense. Yeah, defense. Yeah,
Every night he get cooked. They looking for him. He can't get around the screen. He always going underneath, can't go over. It's like, bro, you're getting cooked every night. They don't respect your defense. They know you slow, you sluggish, your lateral quickness is crazy. And you know what I mean?
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look. You need to get in the gym and get a 12-pack.
I mean, listen, there's only so much you can do. Like, you could do things to really work on your core and possibly improve your speed a little bit. But it's for him, I think RJ just needs to try to improve his reflexes and his anticipation, like understand the game a little better, study the film, see what guys like to do. And maybe you get lucky that you start to learn these guys' tendencies, because that's what you do when you're limited.
Yoga, man. He has to do yoga.
Wasn't he?
Yoga's the answer, man.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Smoking Nick?
Wasn't he the #1 player in high school?
Yeah, dude, but it wasn't because of defense. We know how, though. You know how that works. Amari Stoudemire said, "I never knew defense. Nobody ever told me how to play." Get the hell out of here, bro.
I mean, he did play with Mike D'Antoni for a lot of years. I mean, there could be some truth to that.
They never taught me defense. What? I didn't
That's
know
crazy.
I got to stand in front of a guy and put my hands up. What? I don't know. I'm done. I can't.
If Amari really said that and played in the league as long as he played in the league, that's wild. But that even shows you that why some of these dudes look like Bambi straight out the womb, because they're not being you think because you're paying a lot of money to watch these games and you're highly invested that these dudes are getting taught the way they should be getting taught. They're not. They're being catered to, pampered, and coddled, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And they're not being told the things that they need to be told to actually improve their game. So really, if you want to improve, you have to self-improve. You know what I mean? Because these coaches and players just trying to keep their jobs like anybody else in the world. So they're not really telling. And maybe we might have a rare occasion where Tibbs is one of the people that can actually speak his mind like a Greg Popovich, but without the accolades. But you can clearly see if these dudes ain't improving as players, what are they getting taught when they come to the gym?
Very true. Very true. I don't know.
That's my parent theory. Because no, seriously, it's a real theory, because these kids are kids. We have to keep that in mind. So that's why you have your coaching staff, you have ownership. I mean, I'm sorry, you have front office, you have the right agents around, you have the right environments around them to make sure that RJ is shooting 1,200 shots a day, catch and shoot. That's where he has to go first. That he is ball handling an hour or two a day, and that's missing, Nick.
I don't think that's happening, because it's clear that's not happening. It's clear that we far from the Bobby Knight days where we'll throw a chair at a player. You know what I mean? We far, and which I'm not going to say that we should be in those days, but I would say that tough love is the best love. You know what I mean? Because that's real.
You saying we need a PJ Carlissimo in the mix? He'll bring something out of somebody.
I think that Tibbs is one of those like hard, soft candies, right?
That's exactly what Tibbs is. He's a hard, soft candy on the exterior, the screening, but he's bare.
He's not calling no player out specifically. He's just yelling all the time, and he's not. But then when he come to you, I'm sorry, baby. I was just. And I'm like, yo, why you smooth talking to me when you was just yelling at me, like?
And the other thing I'll say too,
passive aggressive.
Just to piggyback on that is that I still think that he called out RJ because he knew he could call RJ out. It was calling out the team, but using RJ because I know RJ can take it and he'll understand what I'm doing. When he called him out last year and threw him under the bus, this year he should call out RJ. I understand that. Last year he called him out, and I don't think it was really warranted. There was other guys who deserved it last year.
It was warranted.
No, he RJ was Julius. That was his pseudo name. I meant to call out Julius, but I'm not going to do that because that's my guy.
But I would say RJ did the same thing this year that he did last year with that slow start, but he had that slow start longer last year, which this year, before he got hurt and got the laceration on his finger, he had a good December. He had a good end of December. He was starting to ball out. Mm-hmm. And but then he got the cut. Then he came back. You know what I mean? So
well, I'll see your longer slow start last year.
yeah,
and
because
raise you that
last year
this year's slow start was worse, even though it might have been shorter.
Yeah, it cost us more games
because and he played even worse. His IQ was horrible. His decision making was horrible.
And he played more minutes.
Yeah, yes, all of that was worse this year, and his defense has been worse.
I agree.
So
100%. Because
so why not call him out this year? Is that what you're getting at?
That's what I was getting at. Like, this is what you should say, RJ. What are you doing? You know, he needs to do, but he should be doing that for everybody. He's not going to do it for Randle or Brunson because they are playing like all stars. So I mean, what's he going to say?
I'm exhausted calling RJ out, man. I called him out for the first 2 years or after the playoffs when everybody piled on Randle off the top rope, you know, the top turnbuckle, and they was jumping on him, right? And I was like, but RJ was our number 2 valid that year. What he do? He ain't do nothing and skated underneath in the shadows, like in a dark alley. You didn't even see him. He skated, right? And I'm like, nah, man. I seen it then. And I've been holding true to form and same stuff. Super inconsistent. Don't play no defense. And the first year his second year when we actually did go to the playoff, he was showing heart. Now he ain't even showing that same kind of heart no more. It's like, bruh.
I mean, you know, I don't know what I've been with you on that. I think RJ needs to show a little bit more. He needs to be a little bit more animated and show some hunger, show some pit bull that we don't see from him. And I don't think he'd be faking it, but I'd still rather see him do it.
Exactly.
Hold on 1 second. Let me do a couple things real quick. I see I got a couple guys waiting. I want to get these guys in. Kevin Middleton, I see you. He said Brunson has to salute to you, by the way. He said Brunson has to pride himself on defense and guard Trey. That was dumb because Trey still got 27, but Hunter got 20. Should let Trey get his numbers and lock the rest up. He's shooting horrible from 3. That's a game plan, Kevin Middleton. That's something I don't know if the Knicks really do. I feel like they go out with the same plan against everybody. I'm sure they do tailor it, but I don't think it's that intricate because that's a plan. Let Trey get his. You know what? If we put Trey out there on the perimeter, he wants to jack it up. Trey hasn't been shooting that great this year. I've noticed that myself. So yeah, it's a plan. You just try to see what you can do. A lot of teams do that. They say, let's let the best guy on the team beat us and shut down everybody else. Or you say, we're not going to let that guy beat us. We'll let everybody else beat us. You just pick a plan. I don't know. Do something.
Yeah. And that's a better idea than him being on Hunter.
Right. There you go. Exactly. That's 100% facts. So shout out to you. Thank you for the comment. Shout out to Will Salkin in the building. I see you. Appreciate you.
What's up, Will?
Thank you for being here. And let me just read these things real quick, and then I get this off the screen and get these other guys in here. So what did I leave off? Yes. Quickly, 5 of 5, 1-on-1 from 3. He finished with 11 points. He had 2 rebounds, 1 assist, which is actually kind of low for Quickly because he does a lot. I give him credit. I don't have to talk about his effort doing the scrappy stuff. He does it. Hartenstein went 2 points. Oof. Okay. Hartenstein.
Wait, hold on. IQ did get killed by DeJounte Murray yesterday. I mean, everybody suffered that. Oh, okay. Right.
Yeah. No. Don't get me wrong. On the defensive side, every person on the Knicks was horrible. Right. Everybody was bad yesterday, and I can't give them. I'm not going to give them a pass. They were all bad on defense. So I'm just talking about his offense. On defense, everybody was bad yesterday. Was one of those you picked the bad day to stink it up. Hartenstein finished with 2 points, 1 of 1 shooting. He had 6 rebounds in 16 minutes, which is somewhat productive. He also got cooked on defense. Hartenstein's flavor of the month. Miles McBride played 15 minutes. He had 8 points. He shot 3 of 5 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. He actually shot pretty well. He had 4 assists in his little 15 minutes. Okay, McBride, but you know. And then Obi, who I wanted to big up and give some love to, had 7 points all in the same quarter and didn't do anything else after that. So he had 3 rebounds and 2 assists in 16 minutes. It's not horrible. But for Obi, you need to show more, man. You're a power forward in this league on the Knicks. You got to show more. So, let me get this out of here so we can get the screen right, get these other guys in here. I appreciate you guys for joining the show. Get my guy Wiz in here. Boom. And then
Wiz.
what up, Tim? What's going on, guys? And shout out to you, Tim, for this is your first time here. Appreciate you, brother.
Salute, Ron. Salute, D. Salute, Smoking Knicks.
Salute.
I already know who the other guys. Salute to you, great king.
That's Anthony, another first timer here. Look, we got first timers today. Let's go.
Oh, go ahead, Tim. Go ahead, man. Your first part.
Hey, I always wanted to come on your show, Ron. I've been watching from afar. D's is yours as well. I've been paying close attention to you guys, man. You guys bring dope content to Knicks Nation. You know, I appreciate you guys for having the podcast, to be able to give us fans something to be able to come and listen to, and even chime in, you know, and give great takes and you know, great conversation, because that's what it's about. We got the best fans in the world, you know. So I just want to give you guys your acknowledgement, you know, being a part of the podcast world, because it's much needed right now, especially what's going on in the world right now. You know, it's definitely needed. And just let you guys know that you guys are appreciated, you know, along with all the other podcasts.
That is very true. I second that notion.
Appreciate
I just give you a quick, you know, little rundown about me. I come from the Man show. You know, shout out to my man Ron Cleveland, my big brother.
Shout out to Ron.
Shout out to Worldwide L, Hard Will for the love of the game. Knicks Real Talk. These are the brothers that, you know, grace me to allow me to come on their show and talk about the team I love. Shout out to the Queen, Steph. You know, as well, that I got to meet at the game on Martin Luther King Day. Such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
I'll be going to her show soon. And I'm just thankful, man. Shout out to all the other podcasts as well that I can get a chance to, because one day I want to start my own thing. So I just want to be able to just come in and be able to just be around you.
Start today,
you great
man.
brothers.
Go start that YouTube and do it today, man.
Nah, hold on. I just want, if I could do a quick plug real quick. I do got a pod coming soon. It's going to be called Agree to Disagree. You know, Agree to Disagree podcast is coming real soon. You know, I just want to do a quick plug, you know, because we're going to agree to disagree about things. So like,
everything.
You know, so at the day, we're not going to agree on everything. So that's why I called it that. And, you know, hopefully everybody is charming and show me love when I do take off and start that up too as well. So definitely. Thank you once again for allowing me on your platform, Ron. I appreciate you, King. This won't be my last time.
Nah, man. Well, thank you for being here. And listen, we welcome and encourage more people. There's a lot of people that watch the show that want to jump on, but maybe they don't feel like, it's not the right time. They already saying, he just said what I said. That's okay, man. You get on if you feel like it, and definitely let's chop it up. All I care about is that people enjoy, you know, what we're talking about, can have relevant conversation and create your own points so we can talk about what your topic is, and just be respectful. That's it. And you know, as long as we got that, that's all we need, man, because the conversation is going to go from there. We got good minds in here, great minds who know how to have good opinions about what they're seeing in front of them, and even the wishful thinkers out there. Y'all say some stuff that I can agree with as well. So yeah, man, it's for everybody, and I appreciate the love, Tim. Thank you for being here. And not only do I hope that you come back and be on shows in the future, but definitely I want to tune in and support your show. So when you get it kicked off, you don't worry, you got a view in me. Don't you worry about it.
Me as well.
I appreciate you, King. Shout out to my man Smoking Nick too. Smoking Nick, I ain't forget you, King. I'm gonna start coming on your show and supporting.
Bro, you should have been like, share, and subscribe. You already know I'm coming, man.
I'm coming.
You see?
Don't put no heroes over here, man. I'm a real boy. You
when I go on Smoking Nick show,
real talk.
Smoking Nick show, and the show is called Disagree to Disagree. That's a Smoking Nick show. Me and Smoking Nick, right?
Oh, so that's your own. That you already have that title between you and him.
You gotta agree to disagree.
I would do a show with you, Wiz, but it's not gonna be called that. It's gonna be called All Around the World, because you stay in the car and we don't know where you at.
That's funny.
Well, hey, man, shout out to Anthony. I don't know, maybe he had to get a call or whatever, but thank you, Anthony, for being here on the show. I know it was your first time. Appreciate you, and definitely appreciate your takes and your comments. So, Wiz, what's going on, brother? How are you, my man?
His car Wi-Fi.
He went black. Oh man, car Wi-Fi. I Wiz that moment. He went black on me.
I don't know about.
You still there, Wiz?
My headset went out for a second. I put headset. So
Oh, okay.
I'm here.
Right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. You black by popular demand.
I'm here. I'm coming back. Give me 1 second. All right, so when I go on these show coming around, it's called agree to agree because we almost always have the same take because we cover the logic. Anyway, Smoke, what's up, Jed? I got two things I was gonna say. One, when you talked about players who like play one dimensional, literally right after that, Smoke, you said last year or even this past, December, you said RJ was balling out. He was balling out on offense.
I didn't say RJ was balling out. I said that RJ last year had the same kind of slow start last year, but this year it wasn't as long. He started balling out in December a little bit. He was balling out.
I know, but when I say balling out, I know. I'm saying I'm agreeing with you. He was balling out on offense, and I want a complete player. And so that's where guys get locked in on playing one-dimensional because we praise them. We praise them balling out. When you say balling out, he says the offense came around.
Hold on, Wiz. I'm gonna let you speak. Hold on. This is your floor. You've been waiting for long enough. I'll let you speak. I just think it's so crazy. Like this is so nuts to me that we have. I'm just listening to all this conversation this past few months. I mean, this year, there's a lot of RJ stuff going around, man. I just never thought we'd be here, but we here. Go ahead, Wiz.
Yep. So I don't even want to say the word balling out. His offense came around, but he's still not balling out because he doesn't have a complete game. His practice is always on point, but his defense has always been challenged. And overall, even Randle, I'm going to give Randle balling out this year. I'm going to give that to him. Brunson, though, I love his game. I love what he's brought to us. He's basically overachieved for me. But the past few games, that the passing, man, the lack of assist from a point guard is challenging. So even that, when he's putting up 34 and 2, I'm like, that's not balling out to me because I want to have a complete game. Because yesterday was a perfect example of what balling out looked like. If you watch yesterday's game, the Knicks offensively, they balled out. They balled out offensively. But they lost by 15 points with 124. So that's not balling out to me. So that's why I'm just trying to clarify. Just a little nuance.
I was talking about just to clarify what I was saying. I was talking about a specific time period before he got hurt, because we know he had the slow start. But all I was saying was the slow start didn't last as long as last year's slow start, right? He didn't start balling out what we would call quote unquote, because why we get all this praise, why you get the soccer deal, all this stuff like that, right? So last year he didn't start playing good till January. This year he started playing good, mid-December, something like that.
That's fair.
So,
and during that time,
all I was talking about now.
That's fair.
You're trying to culminate it in the fact that you think I'm talking about now. I know RJ's been inconsistent.
No, not now. No, I'm talking about the term balling out to me is a complete ball player, not a one-dimensional ball player.
On both sides of the floor.
But in the NBA, you're not getting that from most players. So that's not the way. We
got a bad product because
that's not the way it works. So I understand that that both sides of the ball turned back in the day, but nowadays that's why it's called specialists, because dudes specialize in something, they know they're good at something, so that's what they work on. They're not working on other factors in the game as much as you think they are, or you would like them to be.
That's fair.
Let's look at Steph. Unless you excel to the level of like Steph Curry does, where your game is so elite, then the other parts of your game got to be up there. You can't be a above average player and not have a complete game. So RJ is that. RJ is above average with an incomplete game, where if Steph didn't defend one player, if he actually was a turnstile, we would still be like all-star because his elite skill is so elite. And so that's my problem with RJ, is that when you're kind of slightly above average in everything you do, you got to make sure that all part of your game is at its peak, balling out, so to speak. So that's why I step on that a little bit, because when you talk about Stoudemire, he goes, he didn't know defense because you know what? He got praised so much in his offensive skills. he didn't worry about his defense. Someone in the chat put up Tebow. Tebow was a running quarterback, and he got so much praise he didn't think he had to like have a touch on his passing game. Elway. Elway was one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time, but Elway didn't develop a touch in his game until like year 10 because he had the most powerful arm in the league and great legs. And he was sending bullets. He was breaking guys' fingers. I mean, I was a wide receiver at a quarterback once. I'm 4 feet away, and then bullets almost broke my middle finger, man. I'm like, dude, he could actually almost hand the ball to him, but he was like, ugh. And I'm like, that.
I mean, Wiz,
that was,
I
so,
see
go ahead.
what you're saying. I got the point, and you make a really good point. And listen, that goes to the fact of how this roster is created. That we do have a lot of one dimension on this team. Okay, not everybody, because honestly, as much as some people want to get on him, when Julius Randle is right mentally,
I agree.
Julius is a good ball player. He may not be great. He's not a superstar, but he can play star-type basketball when he's right.
And he's not above average.
Yeah, but he plays, but he does play. Actually, he does play above average defense for his position, against his position. Like he can get in those modes where he plays really good at the power forward as far as defense and center. Other stuff is a little hairy, but he has his moments. RJ, I can't say has that. Even Brunson, sadly, on the defensive side, I can't say he has that. But Julius does have that.
Ron,
okay.
I look, you're my guy. I can't let this happen. And as far as forwards in the league, right? He is the 7th worst on opponent's points per possession for his position.
But that's this year, D. Like historically, he's been one of the top 10 at his position.
Nope.
Yeah, no, yes. He was last year. He was
You looking at his whole career, or are you looking at?
Yeah, I'm looking at his opponent's points per possession last year. He was the 9th worst in the league at plus 6.1. Then he was in the middle of the pack, 50th the year before that. Then he was the 64th worst, which is better, and that was 4 years ago. And then he was the 40th worst in 18-19 at plus 1.1, and he had been the worst over the other years.
Yeah, but is that looking at him as the defender as a power forward, or him playing other power forwards?
He does give up a lot of points. If you just watch the game, the effort could be a lot better, right? And I'm not going to say it. We already know I'm running Randle's fan club, right? Mm-hmm. Unofficially, because I don't got no Twitter page or no spaces. But I've been his biggest advocate, and I do say to myself sometimes, you could have did more. You could have jumped higher. You could have, you know what I mean? And I get it. You don't want to get fouled out. It's a 48-minute game, and you don't want to. If you go too hard, you'll get fouled out quick. So it's called managing. And when it's time to play D, like Ron was saying, he plays some of the hardest D. He can lock dudes up, but you really can't lock dudes up all the time because they're gonna call ticky-tack fouls on you. That's what I really think it is.
In other words, Randle does load management during the games.
You have to, because if you you have to. But you got to understand, he played every single game this season. He ain't missed no games like anybody else, right? So of course we're gonna be more critical because we got to see him all 48.
Okay, I agree. So I want to out there real quick. Go ahead, D. Before
I'll be real quick, Wiz, and then it's all you. I was just going to say, Ron, real quick, that to answer your question, that sits an opponent's that's an opponent's points per allowed per 100 possessions played, and we know in basketball that he's just not guarding a power forward throughout the whole game.
Right? No,
I think
exactly. I see your point. No, Randle's been a really sketchy defender. Overall, I was really being very specific to just him guarding like power forwards or centers, not anybody else. But I agree with you 100% that his defense on others, we've seen a lot of bad Randle defense, and it's a lot of it's effort. Like sometimes he gets beat.
It's intentional because he could really boss up on somebody, but then you would get 6 fouls in a quarter compared to the whole game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or the practice offense.
No, but D's right. I agree with that. It's true. That is true. He's definitely bad at for playing, like for being a defender in the league, he's bad. I was just looking at, because I remember there was a stat that showed, and then that's the thing about these stats, you know, to make a guy look good, they give you like the most minute. Do you know that RJ Barrett on Sundays at 2:00 is the highest scoring player in the NBA? Like, you know, it's some weird stuff like that. I get it. Yeah, I was one of those for Julius.
I know Wiz wanted to say something, so I want him to go because I have some good stuff for you guys.
Oh, go ahead, Wiz.
Okay, so real quick, my two short ones. One is, I'm just gonna throw it out there. I think Sims will be a better ball player in 3 weeks than I probably is right now, and will be challenging Mitch. I'm just putting it out there. I'm not, not to debate, just to throw it out there. That's a thought I have. And finally, referees or foul calls. I want to know once. I want to know one time that any of you guys. I probably heard you say it. At what point during any game, as a Knicks fan, do you guys ever go, "Oh, we fouled that guy, but they didn't call it," or we didn't get fouled, and they called it for us? When people cry about fouls, it's always a homer type thing, and they've never gone the opposite way and realized sometimes the calls are in our favor. And yes, it looks like it's against us all the time, but as a fan, it always looks like it's against you. So I don't even worry about fouls. I'm like, play your game. I guess because I grew up on, unlike Obi, I don't think Obi really played, like West 14 or Rocker or whatever. He didn't play on those courts. Because if he did, he'd have been much tougher than he is right now. Because, like the no blood, no foul. If you don't get hammered, you go for the ball. I don't care how hard he hit me, but all I know is when you come back, I'm coming for you. And that's how we played. And you got to take some hard fouls. And once in a while, the tic-tac fouls that we complain that we didn't get, you know what? You just got to let it go. Especially like a Randle because he's so strong. Like Shaq told him, you're strong, man. They're not going to call all of those touch fouls on you because they think you can make it. Even that 2-minute report on RJ where the hand was on the shoulder and it didn't affect his shot. Yeah, technically it's a foul, but from a certain perspective, if RJ didn't throw that ball down and miss because of that touching his shoulder, that's on him. And that's what I'm throwing out there is that sometimes you gotta be neutral.
He got slapped on the arm. That's not a technical foul. That's just a foul.
Technically it is a foul, but I'm just saying that it wasn't a foul that altered his shot. That you can get away with those because once in a while the rest don't see everything. And if they don't see everything, the foul gets called or doesn't get called. And once in a while, I just gotta let it go and play the game to win, whether they get fouled or not. But I'm just calling out Knicks fans who are just crying that we're not getting called, we're not getting calls. Yes, it affects the game somewhat, and there's a point where yes, there's a balance. But a lot of times, Knicks fans will never agree that we got away with fouls or that we didn't get fouled and got called for a foul. So I'm just throwing that out there. I'm not dismissing the fact it's true or not. I'm just throwing out there that I want to hear one time while guys are watching the game go, "Oh man, we fouled that guy, but we got away with it."
Well, I hear you. I hear you, and I'll let D get into.
I do
because a lot of times, dude, they could call an offensive foul on Julius Randle every time he goes into the paint. he's throwing his body around, but I hear you.
But he allowed to throw his body around in the right way.
They give him some of that.
He's not cupping his arm around people. He's just putting his shoulder into dudes. If you go flying because you want to be an actor, go to Hollywood, right? We know they selling it. That's why they stay on the floor.
Well,
they're selling it and they're dragging it. And that's how
I'll tell you this, Smoking Nick.
How many phantom fouls get called all the time where dudes don't even touch nobody? And then like that Grimes foul. Was that a real foul?
No, but I think wasn't it Grimes like impeding
being in the space of his landing?
Yeah, that they're gonna call that on anybody.
When he kicked his legs out, but he kicked his legs out, and now we're supposed to respect the fact that he was in his space.
Technically, they could have not called it. You're right, because of him doing that, they could have just said no.
That play right there changed the whole game.
It hurt. It hurt. But what I will say is, I don't think. I mean, yes, they do that a lot, but Julius don't have to fake it, bro. I mean, the guys don't have to fake it. Guys get hit by Julius. Julius been knocking dudes out. I don't. But Tim, what were you gonna say?
Let me just touch on this real quick. We got to stop making excuses for this team. We got to stop making excuses for these players. these dudes get paid millions of dollars to get on the court, to shoot it up, and get on the court and play hard and play what their money is worth. You get what I'm saying? The goal is for them to get a bigger bag than they're getting. You know? So there's no excuses when they get on that court. The effort that they've been given is not proving the money that they're getting. It's sad to watch. I'm just going to touch on this real quick. Going to the game the other day and seeing them live in person is different seeing on TV.
Of course.
Seeing how Tibbs coach in person is nerve-wracking. It's nerve-wracking watching him in person than on TV. You know, on TV, we screaming, we yelling at the TV. But watching him in person is very annoying to watch. And I'm just going to touch on this, the reason why I feel like that.
It's a different vibe.
He's on the court. In the middle of the court. Why the dude is shooting a free throw? Why are you on the court? No referees, nobody saying nothing to him. Nothing. Why is he on the court? He did not sit down maybe like 2 minutes out of the whole game. 2 minutes. He sat down.
Would you respect him more if he sat down the whole game and didn't say nothing and didn't fight for his players? I just gotta, I gotta play devil's advocate.
He's not.
I do.
He's not fighting for nobody. He's not fighting. He just wants attention. He wants attention from the ref. He's not fighting for this team. He lost this team. He lost
the team.
These players is playing for each other. Julius Randle didn't call that meeting for nothing. Let's keep it 100. He didn't call that meeting for nothing. Yeah, he brought them team together.
I will say, I don't know, Tim. I think he might have lost the team at one point, but I think he got him back. I think that team is rocking with him, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why he lost this team, and they playing for each other and not for him. Whatever he's saying, going in one ear and out the other. The results show the results show for itself. How that we lose and our winning streak in the games we won, we beating team. I know we know a win is a win. We got to give kudos and respect where respect is due, right? A win is a win, but we beating teams that don't have their star players, and we okay with that. But then when it comes to the teams that got stars, right? We have the lead, and Tim's supposed to be a defensive coach, right? Who won a championship off of defense in Boston, and what happened? He ain't showing up. You can't get us riled up enough and play hard enough to steal those games against those type of teams with the superstars. And we talking about from the beginning of the season. We're not just talking about right now. So let's keep it 100. I'm talking about the eye, watching the eye test. You know, him as a coach, he's supposed to be a defensive coach. There's no way that you let those leads slip and not let this team continue to compete all the way to the fourth quarter and lose those games. That's the problem with people. They sit there, I know it's a lot of tips, fans, but at the end of the day, a real coach is going to have this team playing hard to the end. There's no way that you have them sitting on the bench during the timeout, and you're okay with just sitting there, just letting them just rest and not telling them, keep your foot on the gas. You got this game. I don't hear him saying none of that. None of that.
He's not that rah-rah type of coach. Go ahead, Tim. He's not that rah-rah.
But these are $1 million players. There's no excuses. You're supposed to. There's a difference. We're gonna agree to disagree. That's why I call my show that, because at the end of the day, we just want to, right. See what I'm saying? We just want to see one thing: the Knicks win the championship one day. I want to be at that parade.
Yeah, we all going for the same goal. We all got the same goal in mind.
So at the end of the day, with him in line as the coach, it's not working. It got to start somewhere. We're not saying he's the full problem, but he's the head. Somebody got to take responsibility for this, right? It ain't gonna be Leon Rose in them. So now, if they, this is a quick example, if they was to get rid of Tibbs, right? The next coach that they bring in here and he don't succeed, then now the front office is gonna have a problem on their hands. You know what I'm saying? But until then, they deserve a chance to see what's going to happen if they do bring in a new coach, if they get rid of Tibbs. You know, I know there's a lot of people that still believe in Tibbs we trust and all of that, but I believe, me personally, he lost this team.
What I will say to Tim is that when they went on the win streak, right, and on the 8-game win streak, and you looked at the numbers, you looked at the pace, you looked at the assist numbers, you looked at that, it was Tibbs' architecture. It was Tibbs basketball. So I wouldn't necessarily say he lost the team. I think with them, like sometimes he's got them, sometimes he doesn't. But also you got to operate on the theory too that inmates could be running the asylum to a certain degree as well. Why not?
Whoa.
What?
Inmates running the asylum. They're the players play, the coaches coach, man.
Thank you. Exactly.
Wait. What does that have to do with inmates running the asylum?
So the inmates ultimately are running the asylum. You know what I mean? Y'all are piggybacking off the fact that we have talent that you don't have, and you're trying to help along the way. So the players run the league. That's why they're players.
So you agree with that? Is what you're saying?
Yeah. That's what I understood. So
yeah,
okay,
but that term is kind of crazy.
What's wrong with it?
It's just kind of crazy. Man.
Oh, I mean, well, it is inmates running the asylum. It would be kind of crazy, I guess.
Yeah, I mean I know. I mean, if you're looking at it like literally, okay.
Yeah, I get
that's the point of it. Like it means that something's not right. So
right. I agree with. I see what Deez was going with that. I see where you're going. Yeah, right. Deez, continue.
Oh yeah. So right. So just saying that. So I think that Tibbs does have a voice. I think there is maybe a form to a degree of an authority. But as we said all the time, and it's a tricky game to watch because we know that Tibbs enables the ISO, right? So he enables Randle to do what Randle does. He enables what Brunson does to what Brunson does, to what RJ does to what he does. So it's like he has them, but he doesn't have them. It's a sticky situation, Tibbs.
Yeah, it's kind of funky. I can understand that. It definitely looks kind of funky. Well, let me do this, guys, because unfortunately, I'm trying to live like, and who knows, it may still happen this way. I'm on no sleep, and then I got to go back to where I got to go before visiting hours are over. Oh, I gave it away. But anyway, and I'm still trying to see if I can watch my Giants tonight. I guess I'll be watching it from there.
That's a fact. Let's go, Big Blue.
Facts. So I'm gonna try to, get to this real quick, get your predictions, and then wrap it up, and then see if I can get like maybe 3 or 4 hours of shut eye and then head out. Before I do that, shout out to, because I see some guys had joined. Let me see if there's any more that I might have missed. Just real quick. I think I got everybody that I want to touch on in the chat. All right. So shout out to Ruben Nunez. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Cam from the Kickback is in the building. Salute to you. Akuma is here. What's good?
What's good?
My guy, New Orleans' own Jarvis LeFleur.
Jarvis.
What's going on, buddy? El Servy's in the building. My guy, SB Talk Sports from Chicago. Chi-Town is in the building. He said, can't believe the Knicks playing better than my Bulls. What's going on in the world? Yeah, I know it's rough. And you see how we talking. So your Bulls must be real bad. Anyway, I'm sorry. Anna Grill is in the building. What's good? Salute to you. Julian Blum is here. What's good, Julian? Always a pleasure, my brother. Brooklyn Butch is in the building. Salute to you. And Allah Wise is in the building. Now, before I get to your thoughts on this next upcoming game, I'm not even going to get into. I like to usually pull up like the game preview to look at how these teams match up. But since we've already played this team a couple times and we played them recently, I don't need to do that. We'll just get into what your thoughts are. But first, before we do that, SB Talk Sports said, still Knicks fans, can you ask the panel who would they move, Randle or RJ?
That's an easy one.
Oh, damn. I didn't know it was going to be that easy. No, all right.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely an easy one.
Oh, damn. Look at these guys.
Okay, D? Did you say D?
That what?
Who would you? No, I'm just asking. I didn't hear.
Yeah. I would say that's an easy one. That's an easy answer.
All right. Let's do this. Let me go Smoking Nick, then I'll go Tim, then I'll go D, and I'll go me. Okay, Smoking Nick.
I thought I heard him say RJ because I agreed with him. So I had to bring the energy negative so I could swing it positive. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Well, you did say you like Randle, and I know you rock with him. So.
Randle is our best player. We can put people in front of him all we try to want to, but when you watch the games, you can tell who our best player is. It's Randle, whether we like it or not. He's our best player. So of course, on my favorite team, I'm gonna like our best player.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's no doubt. I do. I mean, if you give Jalen Brunson four
He is
four
not our
more,
best player. He
No,
might
you
have
got to give him some
improved-
height.
He might have
If you give him
helped
some
improve
height,
the team.
if you give him
but-
some height, he a problem.
Nah, but
Brunson,
he's not better than
Brunson
Randle.
is our best player, but carry on.
That's cap, Tim.
Brunson
mute yourself.
is our best
Hold
player.
on.
No, go
Let's
ahead.
battle. Don't mute yourself. Unmute and let's discuss that for 15 seconds.
All right, first of all, let me tell you this, Smoking Nick. All right, Julius can go. He the first one that could go get on that plane and flying out of LaGuardia. Okay, that's who can go. First of all, I'd rather have a power forward that plays defense first, right?
Okay.
And got an offensive game that can do both.
So
You know,
let me put
and
back.
I'm-
Let me-
and
hold
hold
on.
on,
We
let
said
me-
15 seconds.
You
So you
asked-
gotta let me interject, right?
This guy's funny.
I'm great. I know I'm great. I know how to speak. That's one thing you can't take away from the boy.
Go ahead.
No, I said you were funny.
Just because you speak,
Well,
that
all
don't
right,
mean
you
that
want
come out your mouth with the
Julius,
right
so
thing.
you want to keep RJ, Mr. Super Inconsistent, show up every 7 to 8 games over Julius Randle that's going to give you consistently 16 rebounds, 25 points a game, and might lose his mind every 8 games compared to a dude that you don't know what you're going to get from him ever?
Absolutely, I would.
Oh my God!
It's a pick. Let me piggyback on. Let me piggyback off of that. What's the
Go ahead, Tim. Go ahead.
What's the age difference? What's the age gap between Julius and
All right, Julius
RJ,
is like 28
right?
years old this year. RJ's 22.
Okay, right. So that's what I'm looking at it first, right? Now
Julius might even be
Julius-
29. I don't know.
He just turned 20.
right,
There you go.
right.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm looking at it first and foremost, right? There's a bigger upside with RJ. He's better than he was the last 4 seasons that he played. We see the improvement. We know he get up on slow starts, right? But at the end of the day, Julius had plenty of opportunities to be what we know that he's capable of being. Right? He's having a good season. We're not knocking that. I'm not saying he's not, but I just don't think he's the power forward of the future for this team. That's it. I don't think so. I don't think he played big defense. He don't play big enough for me. He's more of a finesse power forward to me. You know? So that's how I look at it, Smoking Nick. So at the end of the day, I think he should be the first one traded while his value's high. He's playing the way he's playing. And we could get somebody in here that could play defense and give us some points at the same time. That's versatile. That can play both. Not saying Julius is he's not a bad defensive player, but he's not that it. He don't have that dog in him, you know, that New York City toughness that we really looking for. That's just from my opinion. We're going to agree to disagree. Remember, I told you that, right?
Yeah, he did say that. It's true to his word. Shout out to Visions. I think I said it before, but I'm not sure. So shout out to you, Visions. Appreciate you, brother. D.
Yeah. Oh, it's easy. It's RJ. And Tim, I would just say this, that in the league that we live in today, right, we want a perimeter player that's able to guard and score as a priority over a power forward that would do the both. So RJ scoring, he has his nights where he's officially looks good, and he has his nights where he looks treacherous. So it's inconsistent offensively. And defensively, I'm better off going to one of those like a state asylum ghost haunting places and seeing a ghost than RJ Barrett playing consistent defense from a game-to-game basis.
Sheesh.
So, you know, that's why I say RJ first, because I understand he's younger, but listen, he doesn't jump high. He's not very fast.
He doesn't finish.
He's finished better this year, but still, I agree with you though. Like as far as like other wings, no. What do you call that? You know, as he gets older, Tim, he's not going to be able to jump higher, bro. He's not going to be able to get faster as he gets older. So you might actually be looking at a ceiling size as to what RJ Barrett may be. Of course, being a better jump shooter and having a better handle can change lives without a doubt. But besides from that, athletically, physically, you're kind of looking at what it might look like right now.
But Clay, he's playing out of position. First and foremost, he's playing out of position. He's more of a 2 than a 3. I know people.
Well,
say,
I mean,
three.
Tim, I will tell you this:
Tim,
he's being used at the 2 this year. You know, in a lot of spurts too, because when he plays with that second unit, he's kind of moved around. But I hear you. I hear you.
I mean, but if even if he's a shooting guard, right? Who the hell can he guard? And is he shooting well enough in order to space the
He
floor?
can't shoot. We know he don't shoot well enough to be at the two. That's why he got moved to the three. And then when they tried to play him at the four a little bit. We know he can't shoot. We know he can't.
Watching him in person, seeing how he struggled in the first quarter, and then his game took off. Like if it wasn't for in that Toronto game on Monday, RJ, just watching the eye test, watching him in person, I see a huge upside in his confidence. You know, you could tell that he want to get better. You could tell, and I'm like I said, it's the coach that got to bring out the best in their players. And when you got somebody that's yelling and screaming all the time, that can take a toll on some players sometimes. You understand? Everybody can't take that, and they don't know how to address the situation. You know, this is a totally different era.
I agree that everybody
the era was back in the 90s. So at the end of the day, you got to watch what you say and with the word that you say out your mouth sometimes, because at the end of the day, you're not going to get 100% out of your players. You know, you got to get somebody that's really going to pay attention and hear these players out. And Tibbs ain't it. And this is why we're not getting the best of RJ right now. And we seeing why Julius called this meeting, this only team meeting. And as soon as he did that, the team started rocking. They start taking off. Tibbs didn't call that meeting. He didn't call a team only meeting. He let Julius did that. That's the sad part.
That's a good point, because we don't know if Tibbs is the coach that can get the best out of RJ. We don't know who is the coach that can get the best out of any player on this Knicks team, because
absolutely,
obviously, we don't know exactly what the best is for some of these guys. But you know, Brunson, we've seen something we've never seen before, but he's also playing more minutes and he's in the role, getting a lot of touches.
And it's an adjustment period.
Yeah, we got to see how does Brunson look the same way next year. We'll see. Then we can know, okay, this is who Brunson is. All right. But and Quality Jumper said, how can he be a shooting guard? Shout out to you, by the way. How can he be a shooting guard if shooting isn't his strength?
Now, we know he ain't a two. We know he ain't a two.
And listen, when Quality Jumper says it, you got to listen. I mean, come on, Quality Jumper. You see what I'm going. Okay, anyway. You ain't got to explain. But here's the funny thing. So my opinion is, I'm going to trade either Randle or RJ.
It's not a hard question, man.
It's pulling at the heartstrings.
It's not heartstrings, man.
I would trade RJ. But here's the funny thing. Do I think that even though Randle is a much better player, much more consistent than RJ is, I still think that RJ could have a better career than him. Remember, RJ is 22. Randle's 29. That's 7 years. RJ could look at what RJ is doing now. Inconsistent as it may be, he could do a lot in 7 years. And don't forget, Randle missed the year too. I'm just saying, like in the end,
I'm not cutting you off. I'm just disagreeing with you without even saying. I'm letting you finish your point. I ain't even saying nothing. I'm just I don't see that.
That's a typical Randle fan. Look, I'm
a typical Randle fan. What are you talking about? I'm the number one Randle fan. Fam, what are you talking?
Not typical about it, baby.
I'm the number one. I mean, put some respect on my name.
But I hear you. Like Randle is a much more complete player for whatever you want to call him a complete player as. And if you're adding defense to it, even though Randle's defense is a little suspect, RJ's defense is almost non-existent. It's tough. I get it.
And this is for May 4th was describing about RJ shooting, and Tim is promoting for RJ. So, and at the rim, he's at 58% this year, which is amongst the league's worst at that position. 37% for mid, short mid, long mid, 26%, all mid, 36%. That's not good. Quarter three, 35%. That's not good at the corner, because the corner average for the league, I think, is at 40 or 41, if I'm not mistaken. So he's below that. Non-corner is at 32. So for all threes, he's at 33%. So I'm not sure where the shooting is coming from.
It's the free throw line.
Yeah, he gets caught. He does get hacked a lot. He do get hacked a lot. That's why
he has improved.
He do get hacked a lot.
I told you. In off season, he said he worked on his free throws and he forgot everything else he learned about the rest of his game. I don't know.
Come on, bro. That don't even make sense. How you gonna forget everything and just focus on?
No, I'm not saying he said that. I'm just joking like that because I don't understand how you got better at that.
When you watch him play, you like, bro, his form looked better this year. I ain't gonna lie, the form looked better this year. His form looked better this year. The stroke, you know what I mean? And when you hit a certain part of the rim, you know that shooter's touch. So he's starting to get that shooter's touch. I see it. I can see it. You know what I mean? But we just need more. We need more. Stop lazy layup. Even Randle, I don't like these lazy layups. Like you getting it, jump high. Stop just. They always want the refs to sell them out or bail them out. It's like, do your job, man. You're an athlete. Be an athlete. You know what I mean?
Oh man. Freaking Sherwin.
Yeah, you know he does have to get under your nerves.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
But here's the thing. But here's the thing with Randle, real quick, right? And this is something that has to be examined with Randle. And if you're a true Randle fan, this is a point of concern. We have to be concerned about Randle in the clutch. We really do.
In the what?
In the clutch.
Because I don't think it's just him, but I agree with that.
No. Well, forget about everybody else. We just talk about Randle right now, and to say that that's something that we have to be concerned about because BN, on the show last time, he broke down Randle's clutch numbers, and they were horrific.
The year we even went to the playoffs, every time it was a big shot, and he got the ball a lot. He wasn't making that, and it don't take pretty long to assess that. Those big moments is above a person, you know, and which respectfully you could show up in between, but that's what I think. I don't think we need a superstar player. I just think we need a player that when it comes down to it, they're ready for the moment. You know what I mean?
Usually that's the superstar player, though.
Right. I was right. But keep in mind, though,
superstar player.
But keep in mind,
that's not always true because Jason Tatum is a superstar player, but last year in the championship, he didn't show up.
I know.
And he gets put on the pedestal, and Jaylen Brown doesn't get put on the pedestal, and he was the person that actually was keeping them in the series. You see what I'm saying? So we can always pedestalize one person.
All right. Okay. Hold on. Finish your point. But in fairness to that point, Smoking Nick just saying, Tatum is the superstar, but Jaylen Brown is a star.
He's a superstar too, because if your superstar doesn't show up when we need you the most, and I do, then we equate.
Okay, all right.
100%.
We'll look at that a little closer because I like Jaylen Brown.
Got to
finish what you're saying.
I just wanted to say was that forget about the excuses of it's not just him. I'm focusing on Julius Randle because you're building your roster around Julius Randle, Jalen Brunson, and RJ Barrett. Am I wrong?
Correct.
Right?
No, correct.
Right. So I have to be concerned moving forward that my best clutch player is a 6'1" guy. That's a concern because when you go into playoffs and stuff like that, and they put bigger guys on Jalen, or if they trap him, or, off the screen and roll or something like that, it's very hard for Jalen to rise over that. And you've actually seen that in the last
when they don't make quick decisions as well.
I agree with Deez on that. I agree.
I'm listening to him. I agree too.
So where I'm just saying this is that. For Randle, why I would keep Randle is because Randle fits the cycle and the timeline of what this front office is trying to do at this moment in time, which is win now. Now I agree it's a terrible build, but they're still trying to do that. If you get rid of Randle, you have no chance of that win now. Zero. If you put it in RJ's hand, because y'all talk about RJ coming around 6-7 years from now. Man, I could be in another part of the planet 7 years from now. Not even thinking about RJ.
Could be unaligned.
Well, look at it like this though. If you're going to trade Randle, you're going to get back something back that's going to either meet his expectation or better than him. You're not going to give him up for nothing.
Tim, according to half our fan base, they would take a sandwich with a bag of
fortune cookie.
Yeah, you can't do that. Now. You gotta respect Randle's game. He's done a lot.
Let me. I respect this. I'm not saying. Look, first of all, I'm proud to see that his game is elevated. So you want to tell me that you wouldn't trade Randle to Minnesota for Big Cat?
No.
Would I trade Randle for Cat?
No.
Would
Me
you
personally,
take
no.
Big Cat
No.
for Randle
No.
No way.
in the trade?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Well,
I didn't even
but
think
I
nobody was going to agree with me. I
think
respect that. I respect you for that. Because I wouldn't do it.
I think that with Cat, it's not. Cat is a tough one to say because even though he's a very talented player, there's a lot about his game that some people don't like and how you could see how that would work with your team. He hasn't shown that he can really take his team to the next level when he's healthy. And now he's always hurt too. Plus, he's not a pit bull. Like,
and by itself.
Yeah.
They call him Cat for a reason, Ron.
And by itself. At least, regardless of what they say about Randle dragged a G League squad to the playoffs by itself to a 4th seed. You know what I mean? You can't take that away. That's on the record. That's a fact. Regardless of the circumstances, no fans in the stands, no nothing. And there's fans in the stands now when he balling out, and we don't talk about no fans in the stands no more. Now it's more excuses. Like last year it was
but Randle is not getting it done. He's not getting it. He's not getting it done against the big team.
It was extrovert
smoking it.
complaints.
He's not getting it done against the top team.
And he's not balling. He just ain't balling the way I like. He ain't looking the way I want him to look when he balling. Come on, a whole bunch of malarkey.
Well, all right. Let's not get sidetracked. It's true. It is true though. This year, Randle hasn't looked like he's stepped up against the upper echelon competition. But I thought, this is a new narrative for what I've known Julius, because in the past, the narrative was Julius only steps up and plays good when it's a nationally televised game against a good team. So this switched this year.
The narrative, that's my point right there. It switches accordingly to how the wind is blowing. You know what I mean? If it's 90 degrees southeast today, then that's the way we blowing. You feel?
Are you trying to say Knicks fans flip flop?
Come on, man.
All right, I guess so. Yeah.
You call. I'm glad. Thank you,
D. This is the greatest thing ever, man. It took me so long.
There you go.
Oh man.
But
anyway,
on a serious tip to end it, Randle, you have to watch out if he can finish, because there's no point in building around a guy that's not going to be available in the 4th quarter.
I agree. In the clutch moments, excuse my friend. Sorry.
Well, I didn't hear nothing. So it didn't sound French to me. That's so good.
Mine is just the 4th quarter. We mean clutch moments, man. The last 2 minutes, overtime. We need you to stop pretending that you're tired and play as hard as you can play and finish, man. You got to finish these games. It's not, I had 40 in it. Nah, we don't care about that. Did you win or did you lose? That's what we care about.
Right. All right. Well, let me get to you guys' takes real quick so I can get out of here about this next game. But I will tell you one quick thing. Another reason why I'm a little suspect on Cat. When I found out there was 2 people playing instead of 1, that was enough for me. I was like, I don't trust this Cat, and I mean that literally. Because he said, when I need to really step up my game, like I got my alter ego, he talks to me. All right, okay, Cat, I'm done.
I remember that. That's so.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm good, Cat. All right, so guys, let's move it around. Get to you guys real quick. Wiz, you there?
I am here.
Okay, Wiz. What are your thoughts? This is tough because this matchup is bad for us, man.
Trade
Randle.
Randle.
What do you think?
Sorry.
Oh, that wasn't it. What do you think about us against Toronto tomorrow? What's our chance? You think we win it or what?
You want the real?
You don't gotta tell me if you like the matchup, because I know none of us like the matchup. But
we're losing. We're losing that game. Sorry, I don't see us winning that game.
Okay.
It's gonna be Randall's fault. Smoke. No, I'm just joking. It won't be Randall's fault. I just can't see. I see us starting off strong again like we did the other day, but adjustments are gonna be made by Toronto, and Tim just can't make mid-game adjustments. He just doesn't have it in him. So I don't know if Randle, RJ, and Brunson are gonna all suddenly click with Bryant and IQ having their best games, of the season. That's the only scenario we win. Is those guys somehow just play well above and overachieve again, will we win the game? But my call is we're going to lose a game, and it's probably also going to be another high score because our defense is not going to hold up. But we may click offensively, It could be like 120-116 or 120-110. Toronto, unfortunately.
Yeah,
It's in
yeah.
Toronto, right? Is it in Toronto?
I think
I
it
believe
is.
so.
I think so. Let me just double check.
Yeah, it is. It's in Toronto.
Yes, it is.
It's in
It's in
Toronto.
That's why it's going to be so
Yeah.
close. If it was at the Garden, would lose by, would get blown out because we're not a home team. And part of it is, sorry, Smoke, but Randle actually seems to fade away at home a little bit. It could be a little bit of pressure from being the spotlight of the Garden and the fans right there on top of him. I don't know. I'm
Maybe,
not saying it's
maybe.
true. I just say it appears to be. That's all I
Maybe.
got.
Shout out to thank you for that, Wiz. Shout
Good
out
job,
to
Wiz.
Dwayne Dennis. Appreciate you. I don't know if I mentioned you before and I saw your name, but I didn't want to leave you out, brother. I appreciate you as always. Tim, what you think about tomorrow's game against these Toronto Raptors?
We losing tomorrow. We losing the next 3 games.
This is not a tough one, guys. It's
We
really
losing-
like
we losing the next, that's easy to me. That's easy. I'm gonna keep it real. Like we losing the next 3 games because at the end of the day, Tom Thibodeau lost this team,
Wow.
right? He lost this team, and it's going to show. I'm going to come back on here and say I told you so. Until y'all get it in your head to know that he's not the coach and he need to leave. They need to get rid of him. You know, they not. Siakam is going to abuse Randle again because he cannot stop him. That's what I'm talking about. You're playing against players that you can't even guard up on defense, and he's supposed to be our best player. And you can't even play defense and guard, even though they can't stop him. But what can you do defensively to stop him is the question. Because he was cooking Randle at the Garden, and he cooked him for a 50-piece the last time. So, come on. That's a big problem there. Randle is too small. He's not big enough. He got heart, but he's not, to me, he's not the power forward that I think that we should have here. That's just my opinion. We're going to agree to disagree, right? Because I feel like that. Y'all might not feel like that. It's okay. But at the end of the day, Tom Thibodeau lost this team, and we're going to lose the next 3 games. Tomorrow game, they're probably going to spank the Knicks by 10. So I'm going to say 110 to 100. Toronto.
Okay. All right. Smoking Nick, what's your thoughts?
Yo, Tim, subscribe to the Smoking Knicks, first of all. Right?
Already did. I've been subscribed to your channel.
I got smoke with you, man. We bringing the smoke, man. We got to talk some more. Right?
Drop the link, and I'm pulling up. We in the group chat.
Put your info in the private chat, and we'll talk later about that later. You already know.
Yeah, you guys can agree to disagree.
Yeah, we all good. You know, this makes for great content because we agreed to disagree, right?
And we disagree to disagree. You and me disagree to disagree.
And you know, Wiz know how it is too. I love Wiz too, but I disagree with almost everything that he be saying on his mouth. Right?
Jeez.
So yeah, ouch. You got to be honest, man. That's why it's the Smoking Nick. You feel me? Because
I hear that.
Somebody got to bring it. You feel me? And to be honest with you, against the Raptors, what's this, the 4th and final game or the?
I think they got one more after this.
They got one more after
the third
this.
one.
So.
Yeah.
Where's this, in the Garden or Toronto?
Toronto.
All right, so I think we may lose this game because, you feel what I'm saying, circumstances, and I don't want to make no excuses for the Knicks. It's just a down week for us. So unless we change the momentum and we play better as a cohesive unit, as I said earlier, I don't think we could win this game. But and I'm gonna sum it up and I'm gonna land my plane super quick. I'll just say the score will probably be like 115, 112 Toronto.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, Smoking Nick, you ain't got no confidence in Randle, man. What's up with you, man? You ain't got no confidence in yourself.
Hold on. What you mean I ain't got no confidence? My man drop it. I don't got no confidence in the people that be trying to help him, dog. Like, what you expect me to do when my man is out here 35 and 9, and then nobody else want to help you when it counts the most. It's like, bro, I done carried you the whole third quarter. What you gonna do to help me when I'm down? Right?
Well, that's what Randall's there. I mean, Brunson's there for the fourth quarter. They got to figure out somebody for the second. Actually, Randall is the first quarter dude. Lately, he's been kind of staggering a little bit.
Yeah.
The problem is they had a first, they had a fourth. They had to figure out what they're gonna do for the second and third. But anyway. D?
Yeah, sure. I wanted to bring up, and I'll be quick because I know you gotta go Sweepy.
No, Sweepy, yeah.
Yeah, I heard it. Wiz, I thought you brought up a phenomenal point, and I'm not sure if you noticed it. Lack of adjustments has led is a contributing factor to our second half mishaps.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was actually, I wanted to give you kudos on that.
Yeah, Smoke. I'm right sometimes. Okay, go ahead.
So, just real quick, just because we're talking about RJ, Randle, Brunson, would you guys, if you guys know how to read a plus minus per 100 possessions, right? And when you read on and off, I'll just be frank with it. It means impact of a player overall when they're on and off the court, right? Randle out of the three is the only guy that's a positive. Jalen Brunson's at a minus 3.9. Out of everything that Jalen Brunson does, he's still a minus 4. And RJ Barrett is a minus 7.2. And Mitch was a plus 8.5. And Emmanuel was a plus 10. And Grimes is a plus 6. So when you have that minus there, and you can see in a basketball reference round or whatever, you'll see that that's impact overall. And the team's actually a better team without them on the basketball court, according to the numbers. Just saying. So I thought that was crazy.
I agree with that, D. You could just see it if you're paying attention and you're not loving on one. People think I'm just some Randall. No, I love the Knicks, right? I've been a Knicks fan since I was like 8 years old. So I know from the team, I got a lot of favorite players. Is Randle one of my favorites currently? Yes, but when you watch the game, you can tell who's impacting the game and who ain't impacting the game.
No, indeed. And the numbers back that up as well. And JJ's right. This is our last matchup with Toronto. He's 100% right about that.
So it's the fourth matchup.
Yeah.
When we win this game, I changed my whole opinion. We got some pump for them. 100%. What you talking about?
But hold on. What if Drake's in the building?
Then we bring in the extra smoke. I need that Canadian chain.
Okay, all right.
From the TSN network, Toronto Sports Network, to be clear.
There you go.
We coming for them.
Yes, please.
So wait, what? Let me finish and get these full take.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, Rod. So to put some water on smoke. I think Toronto's too long for them. Toronto was too long for them with Mitch in the lineup. And now you don't have Mitch in the lineup. And then who's going to guard Siakam? Sherwin brought up a very good point. Talk about what Tim was saying about how I was like, no, he didn't. He did not.
I'm just going to say, I was going to say, no, it's D. Once again, that's why when Wiz said it, like Ron and D agree to agree. Yeah, so I can't. I was about to say this, man.
No, I got you. And that Siakam just didn't cook Randle. And what's his name? Sherwin. He did cook him sometimes.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Sherwin has his I plead the fifth to everything with Randle and stuff. But but now you don't have Mitch there. So who the hell is guarding Siakam? Isaiah Hartenstein. Jericho Sims is gonna have a really long day with Pascal Siakam. And so I just think they're too long at the end of the day. Toronto's been on and off. Like one game, they're like, wow, Toronto's back. And then next game, they're like, oh, God, all right. It looks like they're going to blow it up. So it really depends where they're coming at. I think it's a bad matchup for us anyway. I think the length is really going to bother us. We are going to have to shoot well in order to beat this team. We'll find out. But I have us losing tomorrow by at least 10.
Well, here's the funky thing that I think might take place. I agree that tomorrow is going to be, it could be pretty wild because I think Siakam might have a feast. Thanksgiving dinner at Siakam's house. I think it might be tough. Yeah, barbecue chicken is what they like to say. Yeah, it's going to be tough. But even though I think that he's going to get his, sometimes Van Vliet can be inconsistent with his shot. Sometimes it don't fall. You might get a bad one. And you know, I think the Knicks have seen what Gary Trent likes. He likes them corner shots, them corner threes. Kind of isolate him away from that and put him in a different spot, and maybe take away that from the mix. And then I think I love to say this because it's a crapshoot. If the Knicks are hot, if Julius Randle is hot from three, the Knicks can win. If he's not, they're gonna lose. So I put it all on Julius because he's the X factor. When Julius is going, it's another level. I guess you could look at that with RJ too, because if RJ comes out and shoots 6 threes in the first quarter, you're like, the Knicks got a good chance to win. But I think when Julius does it, it's really different. It's like the Knicks feed off of that, and he just plays like another level. He's a monster. So yeah, I just think I'll just say it like this to make it easier. If the Knicks 3-point shot is falling, they will win. If it's not, and it's just same old Knicks like it's been all season, they're gonna lose. I think the Knicks need something extra, especially with Mitch being out. They're gonna need the score to win this game. So I think the 3-point shot's got to be going. And if it is, I think the Knicks win by 5 to 10 points, whatever it is, 120, 110, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
Yep, that's my thought, and I'm sticking to it.
So you playing both sides of the fence. If the shot is going down, we win. If the shot is not going down, we lose.
Yeah, I mean that's it. I mean, I just
wanted to know your losing score.
Yeah. Oh, my losing score. The losing score. No, we losing.
You playing both sides of the fence, so I want to hear.
Yeah, if we lose, we losing by 15 or more.
It's okay to play it safe, Ron. It's okay to play it safe.
No, because I just think
it's both sides of the opinion.
I can say that. So if the Knicks were a good 3-point shooting team, I wouldn't even bring it up. I just say I think we could win this game. But when I know that they're not and they're so inconsistent, but sometimes they light it up. So if we get a lighted up day, because they're gonna need it, we can win. But that's the Knicks have to do that for me to believe that they can win, because Toronto plays really good defense. So you better light it up in order to deal with what Toronto's going to be hitting you with. That's my opinion.
Okay.
All right.
I agree with you. That's a good point. Good take.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys.
Your other side of the fence opinion. I agree with that too. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, if I'm gonna play both sides, I better do it to the best of my ability.
There you go, Ron. 5-star excellence all day, every day.
Yeah, you got to stand on it. You got to stand up,
man. I appreciate that.
On it.
Yeah, man. But thank you guys once again. This has been a great show. As I said before, I said this before, and I'm not saying it. I said it when D wasn't here. D has a really good show that I enjoy. I like how he does his segments. I like his creativity. I like his hip hop infused beats and stuff that he adds to it. I like the sound effects. He does a really good product. And by no means should I say, are we trying to duplicate the blueprint that D has? But we do want to give a little levity to the show and bring some sound effects here and there. We will use it sporadically, but I really love what D does. And I've been trying to do this for so long. Me and D talked about this, and he figured it out and ran with it. And it took me months to add a sound effect, and it was so easy. I feel like such an idiot, but whatever. The point is, we finally here, and we did it. And this was a great show. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you to Tim. Thank you to Smoking Nick. Thank you to D. Thank you to Wiz. Thank you to my guy, Anthony Alvarado. Is there anybody else I missed? I think that was everybody that was here today. Am I correct? Did I miss anybody?
Go Giants. Don't forget.
Yeah, I think that was everybody. So thank you all.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Ron.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Wiz. You know I'm coming with some new content, man. I'm about to start expanding a little bit. I'm gonna stay with the Knicks and the Knicks family, but we coming with some other stuff as well.
Yeah, and you know what? You guys have been really good takes, even in the chat. You guys are pretty, been saying, knowledgeable stuff and stuff that's not too crazy. So I can't even, hit you with the know the ledge meme thing. Like, you guys aren't off one right now, but we just gotta hope that this Knick team does something at this deadline to give us a little bit of a defensive assistance, because we need it, man. This team is not going to go anywhere like this. And Mitch, we don't even know how. I was so disappointed the other day because I didn't know the timetable for Mitch. I thought it was 3 weeks, and then I found out he's going to be reevaluated in 3 weeks. So we don't know what can. Mitch can be Teflon Don. We don't know what's going to happen. Oh,
we need a Rasheed Wallace to the Pistons trade.
We need something. We need something.
We need something to infuse.
Porzingis, baby.
Who
Point guard, 3 and D, 4 and D. That's what you need.
You know who would be a really good
Porzingis.
player for us right now, but he's, you know, we got to be able to find that type of guy. I'm trying to remember his name. And now I'm old, guys. Our power forward that we had, Kurt Thomas. If we could get a Kurt Thomas type player right now, oh man, guy who plays with heart, can give you a little defense, can score a little bit, and let's not forget, Kurt Thomas once led the nation in scoring. You know,
he had a
TCU.
Yeah, that was like when the dinosaurs were flying in the air. So, right?
Yeah. Get me Anthony Mason there. Bring me Anthony Mason back.
I remember Kurt though.
Kurt was a good player for us.
Anthony Mason, baby.
Anyway, last words, guys. If you got anything going on, you want to plug it, by all means. Wiz, you got anything going on you want to say?
I just want to say I disagree with Smoke all the time. I want to jump on the agree to disagree with Tim. Don't check your show when you can. D, always, you know, you bring some serious stuff to the game. You know, me and I rocking it. Well, I appreciate you, man. Thanks for having me on the show, voicing my opinion. I'd even agree with you sometimes. I like that. So otherwise, I'm just saying, let's get a G-Man. Let's get a G-Man to do another wild card Super Bowl.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm saying.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm going to play that on the way out.
The underdogs, baby. Big Blue, baby.
Tim, so your show's not up and ready yet, but it's something that's going to be coming in the near future.
It's definitely something that's coming in the near future. I've been, doing some serious planning, and I just want to make sure it's right. I don't just want to just come out and just, it to be bland. I wanted to make sense,
Okay.
And I want people to be able to really subscribe to the show and really come on and talk. We're going to agree to disagree, because that's what it's about, But one thing it's just not going to be, it's going to be based off the Knicks, but it's going to be a little deeper than that. We're going to talk about real life situations as well, because there's a lot going on in the world right now.
Knicks fans need therapy of all sorts, so that's good.
Yeah, so we're going to be touching on a lot of things. Like when the Knicks is in the off season, we're going to be touching on like a lot of other stuff, contents as well. While the Knicks is not, but but that's what it's going to be about. Agree to disagree coming soon. Oh, y'all all going to know when they do drop. Trust you, me. I'm going to make sure all y'all know.
All right, good. So remember that, guys. Tim's got a show coming out in the near future. Agree to disagree. So we put that out there in the ether. So if anybody tries to steal the name, we know where we heard it. We're watching y'all. Smoking Nick, final words, brother. Anything you got going on?
Y'all already know, man. The Smoking Nick. Who bring the smoke? We bring the smoke. I bring the smoke. Y'all already know what time it is with me. Salute to still Knicks fans. Salute to D World of Hoops. And Wiz, you already know, come through. We can disagree all day. And Tim, you already know. It's all welcome, because I ain't running from the smoke. And that's the logo. You feel me? It's gonna be right there in that middle, right behind me. You feel what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? We just out here working and doing what we gotta do. So just like, subscribe. And salute to all the peoples and all our family, because we all out here really putting it in every day. And we appreciate all y'all that rock with us. So I just appreciate everybody 100%. That, I'm going to land my plane right there.
Dope. And last but not least, D and D's World of Hoops.
Thank you, sir. Shout out to the chat. Without the chat, we are not here. So always shout out to you guys. You guys' wait is worth more to go. We always say that. We definitely appreciate you. Shout out to Wiz. Wiz, one of the great guys that's come on the channel, and he's done a great job of sharing his thoughts and always being consistent and stuff like that. So great. We appreciate you. Tim, first time I'm actually talking with you and stuff. So it was good to meet you today. Smoking Dick, I already know to deal with you. He's always ready, on the prepared to go. And Ron, thank you for everything. Once again, thank you for having us. Thank you for having us this platform where we could go ahead and vent out our thoughts, opinions, thoughts, and perspectives. Act like we're smart and stuff like that. You do a good job of making this.
Why not? Thank you, brother. And when's the next time we can see your show?
I got you right now. So Monday at 12. I just wanted the games to go past and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
And just kind of just build on that. So Monday at 12. And then we also have Cleveland on Tuesday. So we got a really tough week coming up. Really going to see what this team's about. And so that will be on the 12th. And that's it. Thanks for everything, bro. I appreciate it.
Thank you, brother. And appreciate having you as always. You know how we give it up. Shout out to Joel in the chat. I feel like, I'll be forgetting. So if I said your name already, understand. I just want to make sure I don't leave you out. He said when RJ was out for 10 days, our team still won most of the games, played without him. RJ isn't it. Okay. I see you, Joel. Thank you for being in the chat, giving your comment. Thank you. All right, guys. Well, listen. Once again, this has been a great show. I appreciate all my guests. Once again, thank you guys for being here and chopping it up with me. I'm glad I was able to do the show. I'll be honest with you, I caught a second win because when I was trying to get over here, I was not feeling it. I had to take the train. I was like, save some money. Why take a cab? I'll take the train. And then I found out that one of my trains that leaves me at my house wasn't working. So I couldn't even get from Manhattan to Brooklyn. I'm like, come on, man. So I had to take a cab. I had to take a train, then a cab. Then I get here and I'm falling asleep in the cab. I'm like, how the hell am I going to do this show? But I caught a second win and you guys inspired me to you perked me up, man. So
life, man. You gotta take that energy, man. We gotta love on each other, man.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank y'all. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still Knicks fans. We'll be back again. Whether it be on Monday nights, still Knicks fans, SKF Weekly at 9 p.m. Thursday nights on the Nothing But Knicks channel. That's right, NBK, the NBA Report at 8 p.m. Or right back here on Saturdays at 11 a.m. for Know the Ledge. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you as always.
Dope show.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. And normally I would just hit us with the outro, but because today is still a special day, even if you don't like football, something's
Let's go Giants!
Let's go, guys. Let's do it, baby.
The underdogs on top.
We already know what time it is.
Let's go. Come on, baby.
We have a fly eagle today.
You guys know where to be.
I need some eagle claws today, you heard?
I'm so out of touch with the Giants. I remember the Giants with Bill Parcells. That's how out of touch I am with this. Hey, go Giants!
All you gotta do is go to YouTube real quick and then go watch the Eli era, right? And then it's only like a 20-minute. They'll give it to you real quick and real fast, right? You won't even waste an hour.
Yeah, but the Bill Parcells time was good time too.
If we do it again this year, it's going to be the Danny Dimes era, and they're going to compare it to the Eli era. So it's going all.
Yeah. I think I might do instead, Nick. I think I might watch women's beach volleyball. I think that's what.
Come on, man. To be honest,
why not? Do you want to watch women's beach volleyball?
I would watch it with you because that's highly entertaining for reasons unexposed.
Especially if you're looking at out of country. But whatever. Anyway,
that's right.
Okay, whatever. All right. You know how to give it up. All right. I'm done. All right, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank y'all. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate y'all. All the newbies in the chat, all the people that came on the panel for the first time. Tim, Anthony, Alvarado. Thank you, guys. Yeah. We out of here with a little J Boogie. Let's get pumped, man. Giants let's shock the world. Let's go, baby. Let's go, Big Blue.
And I might go live today. So hit the link, man. Don't be shy. Come through. I want all the smoke.
All right, there you go. All the smoke. Better not be when the Giants are playing, because I ain't.
No. Definitely not. I gotta watch that too for sure.
All right, y'all. Take it easy. I'll see you on the next one.
Say peace, y'all.
Yes. Peace.
Great job.
Yeah. What y'all thought y'all wasn't gonna see us? We in here. You dig? Shout out to the Big Blue Nation. Everybody that's been rocking with them Giants, staying loyal. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Somebody tell them we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got them flinching. Joe, show them the way, handle your business. They don't want to see this weight that we benching. When it comes to the swag, this year's Big Blue. You don't want to see that cold sneezing. Somebody tell them Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. It's only right that I hit you with this napalm. That 2-6 got me feeling like I'm Saquon Barkley. I ain't talking Mr. Sir Charles. That cut back hit the hole when I'm running hard. You see the squad, we back, we in the POs. I'm at the game, so please don't call my PO. That pretty boy Gillette cut, you see my facial. That locker room, I'm dancing like Brian Dable. This the 8 around here, we call him Danny Dimes. If you ain't seeing what I'm seeing, then you Stevie Blind. This what happens on the field with an old line. That pullback read option, now it's go time. The underdog, Big Blue, tell him we don't bend. Like Adrian told Rocky to just win. I know the haters for real, so they won't choose. We already won the season, so we can't lose. Somebody tell them we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got them flinching. Joe, show them the way, handle your business. They don't wanna see this weight that we benching. When it comes to the swag, this here's Big Blue. You don't wanna see that cold sneezing. Somebody tell the Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. National Blue Day, Giant get every Friday. Tell Ice Cube we need another Friday. That's the love around here, we all G-men. Just had to make moves, get rid of Dave, get him in. That front D when it blitz, it'll stain ya. Call Chris, the entertainer. I say we back for long years, a bowl run. You know my name, J Boogie, this a blue one. Somebody tell him we back, we in the trenches. You see that front D line that got him flinching. Joe, show him the way, handle your business. They don't wanna see this weight that we benching. When it comes to the swag, this here's Big Blue. You don't wanna see that cold sneezing. Somebody tell the Mars, yeah, they got it right. You see the stadium from the highway, this is MetLife. Shout out to the office, shout out to the coaching staff, shout out to the players, shout out to the fan base, everybody rocking with this Big Blue. You know what time it is? Next up is the division, after that it's the conference, after that it's the Super Bowl. If you don't like what we doing, blow the soup off your own Super Bowl.